Good evening, all. How the devil are we all? Hope you're all well. Thank you very much for coming over and joining us. I have a right rabble in the background tonight. Let's have a look. Where are they? What button do I need? That one there. Here they all are. Look.
I don't know what it means by a rabble. I have no idea. It must be Terry and Wayne he's talking about. I know.
Hey, cheeky tool rig.
So welcome, Brian, Terry, and Wayne. Thank you very much. So tonight we're gonna try and push the makers auction a little bit as well. It seems to be slow this year, and I've got a fear that we may not do very well this year. But that's my fear, and I'm just you know what's like. Anyway.
You're an old worrywart.
I am. Right, so what I'm going to do quickly is I didn't play the makers auction intro because I'm going to go through the raffle prizes on screen so you can all see a better picture of them. And also we're going to go, I know there's been a little bit of confusion on how to buy the raffle tickets. I think the GoFundMe, they may have moved the comment or removed the comment section this year because nobody can seem to find the comment section, but we'll go through that nearer the time. But before we do that, we need to talk about Pete from Twisted Trees. Pete from Twisted Trees.
Hey. Twisted Pete.
Sorry, Twisted Tree, Peter.
Twisted
Pete.
Pete.
So let's bring this page up here. So Pete turned this absolutely stunning bowl. He's put it on eBay for auction, and there is 43 minutes and 40 seconds left to bid on this item, and then whatever the bowl makes, Pete has kindly said that he's going to donate that to this year's auction. So thank you very much, Pete, for that. So you've got 43 minutes. If you would like to buy Pete's bowl, let's have a look at the description on it. What's it say?
Spalted Beach.
It's
Spalted Beach.
Spalted Beach. This piece was turned live on YouTube. You can go and watch it being turned. It has two parallel splits in timber running through the slight inclusions. So apparently a piece of really should be burned. No, Pete, don't burn it. Anyway, it's 265 millimeters in diameter by 100 millimeters deep. So stunning looking bowl, as you can see. Let's show the bottom, and it's got Pete's logo in the bottom. So if you would like to support the makers auction and you would like to buy this bowl, then please go over and bid for it. Pete did chuck in the link for it, but either I can do it now or Brian can do it.
I can do it.
So this is the link for the not YouTube, the eBay link for that bowl. So if you'd like to, then please go over and bid on the bowl. Like I said, it runs out in about 40 minutes. Runs out at 8:30. So if you want to get in there, get in there. So anyway, that's that. So the next thing is obviously Makers Auction is on the 27th of October this year, going to kick off 8 o'clock live. And we've got, I believe, 14 pieces at the moment to auction off, but I've got other people asking if they can donate. So there may be more.
Wow.
There may be another one Sunday.
Okay, there may be another one Sunday. But
because I'm doing one Sunday night.
Ah.
It won't be a three-way bowl.
So anyway, there's going to be pieces, but if we can, we'll get them up before the 27th. If not, they will be promoted on the night or just up towards the night.
Or just stick it on eBay.
Anyway, right. So
Kerry is going to be auctioning off his holiday snaps for the past 3 years.
You won't have enough. You won't have enough room to put them in there.
It's going to be a big file.
Yeah.
It is.
And of
And you
course,
can have it.
yeah, that'll
Even
be the
the-
ordinary ones. I mean, if they want the risque ones,
He's going to
that
put on
costs more.
SD card. He's going to put on SD card, but even the SD card's going to be that big. Right. So let's go through these raffle prizes. So
Super
raffle number
dynamic.
1 is handmade yo-yos by Barry Oak of Barry's Wood Creations. Now, me and Barry have decided that we're going to laser engrave these. We're going to have the Makers Auction 2023 on one side, and then we're going to have Barry's Wood Creations on the other side. So that's a personalised touch. Each ticket will be drawn will be for one yo-yo. So there's going to be 3 tickets drawn for that one. So as always, £2 a ticket.
Oh, so you only get. Oh, you don't get.
No, you
all
only get
3
one.
yo-yos.
No.
Only one.
One.
Oh, no point me. Then I got 3
Well, you can buy one, and you
Oh,
can you
we
win
have-
one, and then learn
Yeah.
how to make one. So anyway,
Yeah, I can make one anyway. So
Raffle
I just-
2
don't worry.
is
Buy more tickets.
kindly donated by Rob of Kingsport. There's 4 rolls, 50 meters long. Each roll is 120 grit, 240 grit,
Nice.
320 grit, 400 grit, 115 millimeters wide by 50 meters long. Now, Rob has said whoever wins can have it in paperback or cloth back. That's your choice, whatever you require. So raffle 3 has been donated by Jennifer from Jennifer's Crafts and Creations. She's made an absolutely stunning pendant and matching earrings. So the pendant is 46 millimeters in diameter with yellow flux leather thong, and earrings are 42 millimeters by 16 millimeters. So stunning prize there. So 4th prize is obviously the buddy range. So in the buddy range, it's going to be a chuck buddy of your choice, depending on what thread size you require. A face plate holder, a jaw holder, a Morse taper 2 holder, a small tool holder, and a chuck key holder, and maybe some other bits if the tickets sell well. So there's a little bit of an incentive.
Ooh. Ooh.
So number 5 is a lovely vase. Is it a vase? Would you call it a vase? Yeah, vase.
Yeah.
What is a vase? Yeah.
Donated by Andy Bundy Rowe. Spotted beach colored with chestnut spirit stains, black and red with gold calligraphy ink. 6 3/4 inch wide by 5.5 inches high. So stunning little piece. And then finally, we have raffle number 6. This was donated by Vicky Leach. She actually makes these little journals, handmade journals. They come in a nice little decorative box, as you can see, and really, really nice. So
Yeah, indeed.
all handmade. So very, very nice. And I believe that she is partially sighted, so she does really, really well. So
She's more than
Excellent. Good
more
job.
than
Right.
unpartially
Quick,
sighted.
quick
Poor
up,
girl.
quick update on
She's
Pete's.
not very well at
Quick
all.
update on Pete's Bowl. £31
oh
company.
well,
Come on,
go on,
guys.
guys.
Okay, come on, guys. Keep it going.
So, right, as raffle tickets go, so if you would like to buy raffle tickets, they are £2 a ticket, like we've said. So, to purchase your raffle tickets, you need to go over to the GoFundMe page, which I haven't put at the top, but the GoFundMe page will be in the auction video. Go to the GoFundMe page, you decide how many tickets you want to buy. If you want to buy 1 ticket, it's £2. If you want to buy 5 tickets, it's 10, and so on and so forth. So you make your donation, and if you can't find the comment section, then once you've made your donation, email me at skkrafts@btinnet.com or message me through Messenger or any other social media way. I'm all over the social media, so you can get me hold of me anyhow. And then let me and Nick know what you've paid your donation for. So if you want 5 tickets for, say, raffle number 1, then just say 5 tickets, raffle number 1. If you want 1 ticket for each and you've put £12 in, then that's what you tell us. As soon as you've done that, we will go and check the GoFundMe, make sure the donation has gone through. Then I will reply through the thank you on the donation page of the GoFundMe and tell you what you've been entered into. So then you can just confirm that's what you want. If not, then you can reply the message and we can change it. But that's how it's working. Okay. So if there's any questions,
Good.
Now's the time to ask them. But other than that,
Have you got the link to the GoFundMe handy?
I can get it for you.
Because it's not in the description.
Is it
either.
not? Right.
I can get it easy enough.
Perhaps before you start, you might like to know who's
Go on
here. Okay. While they're looking for the links, I'll just say good evening, everybody, and welcome aboard. Paul Finley was the first one in today, followed by Dan Adams, Andy Door60, Shane Hurst, Pete Twisted Trees, or Twisted Pete from Trees, Mike Evans, Norman Greenwell, Fred Gilliver's in, Mike Hughes in, Rob from Klingspor Brazers is in, and he did say the value of his prize is £1,000 if you had to buy him. Doug Miller's in, Todd at Glencoe for Birch is in, Burzo's in the
Wow.
Woodbridger, Colin Izzard's
Oh,
there,
that's gone straight
Lucy
through.
Bundy Rowe,
Hang on, I'll have to put that in
Kate
different.
Kitchen is in, James Crawford's there, Susie Swissword Turner's in, Dancers with Aardvarks, Mike's there, Ward Wilson, Old Man Riverward Turner, Rob the Professor's there, Yvonne Ellenberger is there, Barry Woods Creations, John Foster, Graham Brown, Christina Mike Hastine, Roy's the Boy, Brian Altonero de Madeira, Rob Bortward is in, sorry, and Jennifer Krafts Creations is there. Also, we got, looking down the list, Wivey Woodshed's in, Matthew Lawrence is in, Richard the Beard 16 is there, Colin it Turned Links, Steve Hales joined us, Mark it Turned Again Crafts is there, and I think, in Irish, I think,
You think?
I do say third, I don't say third.
There you go.
Tink.
I've put the link in for the GoFundMe page.
Steve has it in.
I think I got
Well
it
done.
all.
Got it there.
That's it. Welcome, everybody. David Vaughan's joined us
Well-
as well. And Andy.
Well,
the
welcome
Valley
everybody.
Woodturner.
Thank you very much for coming over. Right, so let's get back to what we're actually going to do tonight now. So on the description or on the whatever you call it, the nice little thumbnail, it says I was going to do another free wing bowl, which was like that for the hashtag week. But I'm going to give you an option. So you might have seen I showed you this blank I cast. It's got red and green resin in it.
Put yourself on full
Oh,
screen.
nobody's ready
so they
for
can
that.
see it.
This is true.
Harvey Klein's there.
Right, so you may remember on social media, if you follow me on social media, that I showed this blank. It's red and green resin with some Hessian sack in it. Well, it's not Hessian. Well, it is Hessian, but it's not sack. It's this. It's like wrap, Hessian wrap. Yeah. So, phone's going mad now. So I can either turn this, because I need to turn this into a bud vase for my local club for Wednesday night. So if I don't do it tonight, I'll do it over the weekend. Or I can show you another free wing bowl. Choice is yours. I'm going to let you guys choose. Rich, hi, Rich, how you doing? I'm not here Sunday. I'm reffing on Sunday. So I'll send it to you, Terry. You can turn it Sunday. Hang on, can they hear? Hang on, guys. Can you hear? Can you hear the guys? Because your thing's not bouncing up and down. The StreamYard sound is not bouncing up and down. Hang on. Let me just double check. Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I've got the audio in here for the stream, and that weren't bouncing. That's bouncing now. Yeah, please. Just rewind it. Steve, you're echoing, and worms are silent. Oh man, what's going on? Hang on a minute.
Just press the that's all, folks, and get the bloody duck up.
Susie says no sound at all.
What's
Try
that
that.
like?
Can anybody,
everybody
hear,
hear me now?
Hear me.
Properly.
Worms, no sound, said Fred.
No, that's
Oh,
what
you
Fred
need
said,
desktop
but now
audio
it could
on your
come back
mic.
because that's don't forget 4 seconds. You know, desktop audio on your mic. He says.
Peter the Twisted Tree says desktop audio and your mic on.
Desktop audio's deleted.
Oh.
Desktop
I hear
audio.
the earworms now, but black screen. Black screen.
There you go. No, that's because I went on to the
Ah,
settings.
you
so-
did that.
Okay.
The boys are back.
Are the
says
worms
Paul.
okay now?
Yes,
Here
we're
we
good.
go.
We're good.
Here we go. We're back.
Right.
Yes, we're good.
They're all in. Right.
Yay!
I've been talking
But-
away this last 20 minutes. Nobody's heard
I've
a
just
word
read this
said.
list out twice now, so I'm going to read it again, and this is the last time. And I
We'll
might jump every
get
other
it right
sixth
this
one,
time. Get it right this time.
For
Paul
goodness sake,
Finley's in, Dan Adams is in, Door 60's in, Shane Hurst, Pete Twisted Trees, Mike Evans, Norman Grimo, Fred Gilliver, Mike Yu, Robbie Klingspor, Doug Miller, Todd, Glencoe, Wurzo's in, Colin Izzard's in, Lucy Bundy Rose in, Kate Kitchen's in, James Crawford, Susie Wood Turner, Dances with Aardvarks, Mike, Ward Wilson, Old Man Wood Turner, Professor Rob, Yvonne Ellenberger's in, Barry's Recreations, John Foster, Graham Brown, Christine Michael Asseltine, Roy's the Boy, Brian Eltonero de Madeira, Roger Portward, Jennifer Crafts Recreations, YV Woodshed's in, Colin Izzard, Colin Turned Links is in, and Dr. Bob's in, hi Bob, and I think that's nearly it. Andy the Valley Woodturner's in,
So,
Shane Hurst is in, said Shane anyway.
so who was
Steve Hale
first?
was in there, I think. Beard 16's in. That's
Rich.
about. Dave Vaughan's in. Oh, Richard. David Vaughan is in there. Steve Hale is in there. And I'm going to say that's all there is. And if I've missed anybody, tough. You should have heard it the first time.
Right, so everybody wants the resin by the looks of it.
Apparently there's 57 people watching.
Thank you very much.
I
Right,
don't believe that. I think there's more than that. But
66 on mine, it says.
I
That's
still
what
think
I
you should do a wing bowl.
No, I'm going to do the resin. Everybody wants the resin.
Okay.
So, the family, or not the family, the
Well, that's what they are. Family, yep.
we are.
Don't
do it, Steve,
We
do it,
are family.
Right, so
So
camera help.
there was a question earlier on about the difference between the paper-backed abrasive
There was.
and the cloth-backed abrasive. Now, the paper-backed abrasive goes back a long way, and I think it used to be called decorator's abrasive.
50
at one
meters.
point.
That one goes.
Yeah, but the cloth-backed, if you are a woodworker, the cloth-backed abrasive is better because it's more flexible. Plus, when you want to get a piece off with a straight line, you don't actually have to cut it. If you tear certainly the Klingspor, if you tear the cloth-backed abrasive, it will tear in a straight line.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
So you
Here's
can actually
crossway.
tear it to the size you want.
And does it fit on? Is it cloth back one go on the Velcro?
No.
No, the cloth-backed is purely cloth-backed.
Okay.
It's a bit like cloth backed
Yeah, I got you.
emery cloth.
Like the J-Flex.
Oh yeah.
It's very similar to the J-Flex.
So Barry's just kindly offered to come and clear up tomorrow if I turn the resin.
Oh,
See
good
that,
man,
yeah.
Barry.
That's
Well
nice of
done,
him.
Barry.
Isn't it? That's nice of him.
That's,
It just says here
uh-huh.
you like cleaning up. No, Barry, you have to do it.
Excuse me.
I'm
Right.
not cleaning it up anyway.
So
Apparently, Andy at Valley Woodturner says we are the collective, not family.
the collective.
Part of the collective.
The
are we?
collective,
Oh,
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
We've all been
have
assimilated.
You've all been assimilated. I used to have a dog called Borg.
The collect. I was going to say
Alright.
they're collective. Sorry, name for a dog.
I used to have it was a wee staffy called Bog, because he was assimilated into the collective at that
The
particular
collective.
time. Yeah, I think at that particular time we had 7 dogs.
God,
God.
blimey.
That was a collective. Andrew from AGK Woodworks has just joined us. Oh, hello, Andrew.
It's not. It's Andrew from Age UK.
Oh, Age UK. Is it Age
Yeah.
UK?
It's Age UK.
Yeah, that came up the other night.
Yeah, didn't it? Andy from Age UK.
Right, Rob has said no, Terry. We have net at 150mm rolls, and very soon Velcro paper rolls for people who want to make their own 50mm discs.
Oh, good man,
That'll be
Rob.
fine. That'll be
Now-
fine.
I'll be having some of that.
Now, when I first met Rob at Yandles, I think it was a year past September when I first met Rob. The first question he asked me, it was, as a wood turner, what would you want to see in an abrasive? And I answered back, 150mm rolls with Velcro backed, so you can actually cut them into 3 2-inch discs
2 inches.
or
Yep.
two 3-inch discs, because the 4.5-inch discs you can get 2 2-inch, but you can only
Yep.
get 1 3-inch and then a piece of 1.5.
That's it.
Don't go to that.
Useless. 6 inches it needs to be.
Steve's
You're quite right, Wayne.
Barry says, Steve, it looks great, mate, as it is. Just drill a hole in the end.
Rob. Rob's just put in there. It's Wayne's fault. He made me do it.
I should be getting some in the next few days, so I can actually show you what it's going to be like.
Oh, should you now?
Yeah. And Lucy said that was the same day that that we met Wayne. That was Lucy and Andy, obviously. Yep. I think that was just before the weekend finished, because he was still chatting with Emma at the time.
Rich has just asked Rob, what is the highest that you go up to? Asking for my ring making. You mean the
There's
highest grit?
Farnwell's in.
Rich, I take it.
He's certain. I'm not very sure about the highest grit, but I know he certainly does wet and dry, because Jamie uses the wet and dry on his resin pieces.
Everybody say hello to Des Barnwell. Oh, Des.
Evening.
All right, Des.
Evening, Des.
Come, Des. Don't forget, we need question marks in front if you're going to ask a question, because chat flies off sometimes. It's difficult to.
Terry can't keep up. His old
See.
eyes just. let him down a
Yes,
bit.
yeah. I
He's
should be part of
He's old
Andy
eyes.
Age UK's team.
Now, Rob, the thing is that Rob is one of the marketing guys for Klingspor, so he doesn't actually sell direct. So if you are wanting to buy any Klingspor abrasives,
Martin Gentleman.
certainly within the UK, it is Mark the Gentleman Woodturner you go to. If he doesn't have it in stock, he can obviously get in touch with Klingspor and get it out from them within a few days.
There you go. Rob just answered Rich. He said 600 grit in rolls, and in wet and dry, it's 2,500 grit.
I just see Matthew Lawrence is with us as well. He's watching. And Susie, the Swiss Woodturner, says, anybody keep an eye on Brian's blood pressure with all this resin mess going around?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's not his workshop. He's fine.
I'm fine. I can watch
I
people.
ju- I
come
just-
out.
Yeah,
Pete's
I
bowl
just
is now
checked
at
my
41
blood pressure
pound.
before we started.
Pete's
Mine's
bowl
just
is
fine.
now at £41.
Nice.
Yep. Brian, what are you going to cast for your?
How long's it got left on it?
About half an hour, just under.
I'm not sure yet. Pete's
20
wanting to know when I'm going to turn my resin, or cast and turn my resin. I've no idea. Whenever the notion takes me.
Andrew from AGK has said the wet and dry is awesome from Klingspor.
Right. So this.
And
Go on.
right, okay, I'll answer this one. Andy, Woodwork Learner, is asking how Mark is. Mark is back home now.
Yep.
He had a bit of a fairly severe infection, which has been treated, and he is back home.
He's back home with his antibiotics,
21
Yep.
minutes to go.
and he should be grand.
Beats bow.
Right, so this bud
Yeah.
vase has to be no longer than 150 millimeters long and no wider than 75 millimeters. So,
That looks
Oh,
about 85 mil.
is this the same competition that Roy's going to be in?
yeah,
Mhm.
it's our club challenge. We had one of our founder members passed away earlier on in the year, so we've named it after
All
him.
right.
So we're going to do bi-monthly challenges. So I need to remove quite a bit of this. So let's get the actually it'll be quicker to move it. With
Right, Brian Eltonero de Madeira has asked a question. Has anybody any suggestions as how to get a perfect cube using only hand tools, as I don't have a bandsaw? I've got a chop saw, but only 2 inches cut on it.
I'm afraid, Brian, that is probably going to be a handsaw.
And very carefully chop it down,
Yeah. Follow the
measure it
lines.
all the way around, and just use a plane
have you
Maybe
got a thickness of planer, Brian, or not?
or a disc sander. You can
I
sand the
don't- I
edges
don't
and
think so.
get it,
Mike has said you can actually turn a perfect cube, Brian.
You could
You
do.
can.
If you're good enough, you can.
Yeah, I was having a bit of a chat with Roy the other day about the budfires that he's doing.
Charlie CT would turn us in, even Charlie.
Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
I told them I want them to be. I don't want them just to be plain basic bud vases. They've got to be something exciting.
Like resin.
Well, not
Oh,
resin,
so-
coloured and
some-
textured. And
Oh, right.
No,
okay.
no. I'm sorry, but the one that Roy's done is out of a particularly nice piece of laburnum.
You are.
And when I looked at it, I didn't think it needed any more embellishment than just being turned. Sorry, Steve.
that's all right. I don't care. That's not down to me. That's down to the members. They're voting.
Yeah. Woodwork intermediates in.
Oh, Andy.
Apparently he's tired, so he's not going to be talking much.
Tired.
Yes, good.
That's good. You really know how to make people feel welcome, Terry.
Oh, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so Rob has said our head office in Germany are building a display wall in which they are looking for quirky things that have been sanded. If anyone has anything that is quirky.
Oh, I
Can't
will.
stick Wayne on the wall, okay? Not allowed to
Just
do that.
get a coat hanger and hang Wayne on it. There you go. That's quirky.
He's quirky.
Quirky. That's been sanded.
the quirky wood turner.
Yeah, nice one. I'll see where I can come up with Rob on that one. William's just come in. Good
Oh,
evening,
William.
William.
William of the Kennys.
Go to bed then.
Oh, and Andy's having to shoot off. He's not doing that well.
Oh,
Bye-bye, Andy.
See you
Feel
later,
better,
Andy.
mate.
hi Andy, take it easy, buddy. We feel better soon.
Just announced him in. I wouldn't have bothered if I'd known you weren't staying.
Put a tenon on there. I ain't get it in the chuck.
Hard. Put a hole in the middle and hard it off.
All
that'll
those
do.
lovely white streamers.
Not looking.
Neither am I really. I need to stop looking at that YouTube screen.
Wayne Bigfoot's in. Hello, Wayne.
All right, Wayne.
Good evening, Wayne. Good
Valerie?
evening, Valerie.
Nice to see you. Valerie, if she's there watching as well.
Oh, she will
Oh,
be.
she
Yeah,
will
she
be.
won't let him watch without her. I know.
Yeah.
Don't
Wayne's
forget, I
the
want
boss man,
pineapple on my pizza, Wayne.
Troy the boy says, "Don't you just
Well,
love
I tell
resin?" No.
I'll tell you what, Terry. If you are going back to Wayne's next year, there's absolutely no chance you're going to get pineapple on your
I'm
pizza.
gonna
No
take
chance
a big,
whatsoever.
big bag of pineapples.
Take pineapple with you, Terry. Yeah, that's the one. Take,
No,
take
it
a
was
few.
about 300 different pineapples, all blown up and everything last time.
All right, okay.
I think Wayne retired early. I think Wayne Bigfoot, and he had good for a lay down. It was getting too much for him. Then he come back.
He did. It was his back was getting
Pineapples
affected.
got at him.
He did come back out though.
16
Rob?
minutes left on the auction for Pete's Bolt. £41 currently.
Lucy's going on holiday in 2 weeks. Where are you going, Lucy? Might have to put in for another holiday. Can't cope with that.
Yeah.
16 minutes left. Ooh, look at that.
There is.
Yeah, and Rob said those streamers make great decorations for Halloween spider webs.
I'll send you them, Bob, if you want them.
Yeah, there'll be a bucket full of them just shortly.
You got no chance, Steve, because Robert Ballward just said the pictures of Roy's is stunning, awesome. Well,
All right, okay.
not being a downer already, but yours is like, you know, not.
That's it. I'm stopping him right. Thanks for coming over,
Yeah.
folks. I'll see you next week.
Back to the free wing bow.
No, I didn't advise on anything to do with the shape of that vase or anything that Roy did. I only advised on the finish.
There you go.
So that's cheating.
And what-
You're disqualified, Roy, because you got help.
And what did you advise him on the finish with?
He was asking about oils or waxes, and I advised going with an oil. I advised going with Danish oil and putting a good few coats on over a couple of days.
He's disqualified. He had help.
Ideal.
Rex B's just joined us. Hello, Rex.
Hi, Rex. How you doing, bud?
In bed at the moment.
Evening, Rex. Nice to see
They're resting
you.
today. Happy to
Rex.
watch and learn. Good man. Take
Right.
it easy, boy.
Let's get this down to size then. Oops, not like that, Steve.
Lucy's going off to Lowestoft for a holiday. Cool.
Lower staff.
Rob's asking you, Steve, what sort of cost is for the amount of resin you've used for the vase there?
This has got 1,800, 1.8 kilos of resin in it, and I pay. Oh, blimey, Gavin. Good question.
60 quid for 5 kilos.
Is that what it is? Is that something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that anyway. 58 or 60 quid, somewhere
So-
about
For 5
So-
kilos, so yeah.
Yep.
So say
It's expensive.
Oh, fucking hell.
20 quid.
So if you, yeah, no, not 20 quid, is it?
Yeah,
2
15,
kilos,
20.
There's 2 kilos in that piece there.
1.8.
1.8 kilos.
Plus your wastage.
Near
And
enough
you've-
to.
5 kilos is
60
60
quid
quid.
for 6, so you know. You're talking £18, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Plus the resin, plus the hetium moss in it, and the colours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the other thing is as well is if you want to get into resin properly, you're probably going to need a pressure pot.
Yep.
If you would, the wood that you use, and a lot of people use burrs for doing the hybrids, you're probably going to have a vacuum chuck so you can
Stabilize
stabilize
it.
them.
Yep.
You're going to have an oven so you can dry them out properly, because you don't want to use damp wood when you're using resin, because
Cactus.
the resin will react with damp wood.
Cactus juice, that's expensive. That's about £100
Cactus
for
juice,
a gallon.
yeah. The cactus juice is the stuff that you use in the vacuum pot to
Stabilize it.
stabilize the wood. Then it's got to be dried out in an oven, and then you've got to have the pressure pot. And what the pressure pot actually does, because you do get bubbles forming in resin, but what the pressure pot does is
Shrinks
actually
the
put
bubbles.
that much. It puts that much pressure into the resin that all of the air bubbles actually reduce to such a size that you can't see them. It doesn't get rid of the air bubbles.
No,
It just
compresses
makes them
them
that
just.
small. Yeah, compresses them so you can't actually see them.
So basically, Rob, to put it in one sentence,
A
that
fortune.
blank will cost you £30 off Steve.
Yeah.
Basically, because you don't want to buy over all the rest of it.
So here's another question from Rob. So if you want floating things in resin, how do you stop it from sinking to the bottom?
Ah,
Right.
it doesn't sink. They all float, don't they?
Depends what it is.
It depends on the type of resin. It depends on what you're putting in there. Some people will put a layer of resin into the bottom first, then sit the piece on top, and then put more layers over, so it looks like it's floating.
Yep.
Other people, if it's going to be clear resin, they'll maybe use the likes of clear perspex sticks to actually sit the piece on.
You can make your own with some straws.
Yeah, you can do things like that. Another thing you've got to remember is that if you are going to be placing something within the resin, if it's something that's got openings and things like this, the whole small piece that you're putting into the resin has to be filled with resin as well.
And if it's porous,
otherwise you're going to get. Sorry, Steve, go on.
Also, if it's a natural product, like I did a horse chestnut, you have to soak the horse chestnut in resin to seal it before you cast it, because if not, the thermal reaction will split it open and just create a mess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roy the boys just pointed out, I was waiting to the 10-minute mark, Roy, but Roy's pointed out it's £45 and there's 10 minutes and 23 seconds to go.
David Vaughan says, question, read the Maker's Auction 2 years ago, you raised money for the Salvation Army. Did you ever get acknowledgement or support?
No.
Nope. Never got a message back. I never got anything back from them. And I'm not bothered about me. That's just obviously I wanted recollection for you guys.
Much cheaper, says Pete, and cleaner to watch Steve on YouTube and just turn weird. I agree.
That's why I'm having difficulty starting the resin, Pete.
Right. If people, and this is in all seriousness, if people do want to learn about how to do resin, go across to Jake Thompson's YouTube channel, because what he doesn't know about resin is not worth knowing. He's done videos in the past going all the way from the start about how to convert a painter's pressure pot. About how to convert a painter's pressure pot into a pressure pot you can use for resin. He does a live show every Saturday afternoon UK time.
Afternoon cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons, because it's 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Eastern time and 4 p.m. UK time. And what this guy doesn't know about how to deal with resin is untrue. He's absolutely brilliant.
Benjamin's just joined us and he says, and he's got it right really, I have a resin chamber and cactus juice. I've used it twice, gave up. Too much effort.
Now, Rex has asked a good question here. On average, how much of the resin is cut away? Probably a fair bit, Rex. But what a lot of people do, if they turn in a bowl rather than a vase, what they will do is put a sacrificial piece of wood into the middle of the bowl, sort of blank. They usually use a plastic bowl type thing to do the resin in. They will put a sacrificial piece of wood in there, so you're not actually using more resin than you need to.
Just turn the wood away.
Wood's cheaper anyway, isn't it?
There's Jake's link, guys.
Cheers, Brian.
What? 7 minutes to go, £45.
Yeah. That's past my reserve, so.
No.
You better up it then.
Somebody have that.
Yeah, cancel your next holiday, Terry.
Oh.
Take another bit.
Roy became a granddad again last night.
Oh, God,
boy, £7, 9 ounces.
Congratulations.
Good. What's that in kilos, Roy? Kilos.
Good.
New world, new money.
I hate that.
It's bigger than you, Roy.
Isn't it?
I came out taller than Roy.
Taller than Roy. That's probably got more hair, yeah.
It's all right, they can share the same clothes. That'd be fine.
It's bad. These are all bad to Roy. I can tell.
Where's the Wood Bridger says he's got a vacuum chamber. He used to have fun with crisp packets. Never had any resin stuff in it though.
Fun with crisp packet.
Remember, we're only on 87 milk.
Right, okay, what's happened there?
87, you've got to get it down a lot. Come on, Steve, you got 70 mil, you got to go down. Down to 70 mil.
Oh,
You
Should've
know, see,
got
that's the trouble. You can't
70
take a
mil.
big cup with it.
Should have gone
It's
to
awful.
should have gone to the
Thanks,
range and
Ever.
got a smaller tub.
Is it Specsavers, no?
You should have put in that you would need 80 mil or above
Jamie's
below.
just
You
come
know.
in.
Hi,
Hi,
Jamie.
Jamie.
JP.
Hello, JP.
Oh, no. There's nobody
Hey,
left
hey,
at home now. 6 minutes left on the auction
Mhm.
for the bowl, and it's
Charlie wants to know if you're making a
£45.
pen, Steve.
Yeah.
Bud vase, Charlie, for a competition for his club. Got to be less than 75 mil. At the moment, he's on 87. So
Get in there with the carbide. Stop messing about with the rough and gouge.
Oh no, I don't want carbides. End up chipping the hell out of it.
You should have negative rib carbide cutters.
I haven't got any. Can't afford them, no dear.
Well, to tell you the truth, Brian, you don't need them, and I don't really need them because we don't do resin.
Well, I've got some. I've got 5 litres of it sitting there, so
Oh,
Gonna
right,
I'm
okay.
going to have to use it sometime. But
the shelf life's running out on it now as well.
no, it's not. I'll maybe stick it in my suitcase and bring it over and give it to Steve.
Oh, thanks for that, Brian.
I think the shelf life is the shelf life about a year.
Don't know.
For resin.
He's
Depends if
had
it's
it
been
nearly
open.
a year.
If it ain't been open, that should be all right.
No, it's not
Okay.
been opened. It hasn't been opened. I bought a 1 litre bit and turned 1 piece of resin. I've done 2 pieces of resin. I did a resin egg because Steve, thank you,
Then
Steve,
yeah, didn't he?
sent me the blank.
That was Susie
then-
made me.
She did, aye. And then I did another one, which was just an infill in a vase. And I have another piece of cherry, which I put into my greenhouse over the summer, and it split like a mad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did that on purpose, of course. There's 2 bits, and it split like a mad thing. So they're getting done in resin.
Right.
Ben says you could use the 5 litre tub of resin to hold the door open. Good idea, Ben.
Right, Mark Turn Again Krafts is asking a question. I am making a game board that will have resin numbers on it. Do you think I can set an LED strip in the resin as a backlight? Yes,
Yes.
you can.
You will, yes, 100%. And Roy Boy says mine's is 2.95 inches in diameter. 2.95 inches. That's a contradiction in terms.
Yeah. 2 7/8, you mean?
There's 3 minutes to go on the auction,
2 15
and we're at
16.
£45 still. It's going to go for £45, I think.
That's somebody wants to get in there quick. I
let you
take it you're talking about the diameter of your vase then, because Barry, where Creations thinks it might be someone else.
Barry, baby. Swear some of you guys shouldn't be allowed out. It's quite a nice bit of spotted beach, that actually. I had a bit of a calamity this morning.
Oh, go on.
Just while we're waiting. The bowl I turned last night is no longer a bowl.
You mean the thin bottom bowl you turned?
You know how Steve put a nice thin wing on his 3-corner bowl? You remember that little thin wing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I made a bowl last night with a thinner bottom.
Well, we could see the
All
chuck
right.
jaws through the bottom while it was still on the
You could
chuck.
actually see the shadow of the chuck jaws through the bottom.
Right, Rob's asking, can you get resin that is yellow, but you can see through it, if that makes sense? I'm not sure, Rob, but what you can do is use clear resin and add a yellow colouring to it,
Yellow
which you will
pigment.
still be able to see through.
Alcohol dye.
Alcohol dye, yeah.
Yeah, alcohol dyes or
You do get some yellows,
or the
some resins
powders.
that are a bit tainted. They're not all crystal clear. Some of them are a bit yellowish. particularly the ones used for like making fiberglass and stuff.
Now, Pete said back to Mark, caution if the backlight has soldered connections. Resin can get very hot when curing. Yeah, that's one of the things with resin. When resin cures, it does get very hot.
If you use a slow cast, which I would if I was doing a board, because that's going to be quite a bit of resin, that shouldn't get as hot.
1 minute warning. £45 on the auction. We've got
Now,
1 minute left.
Jamie has recently done a 7-inch sphere from solid resin, and that was nearly 4,000 grams of resin. That was
4 kilograms.
Wow.
That's
4
60 quid.
kilograms. Wow.
Nearly.
Yeah.
For the amount
A
of
lot of
resin.
money for a blank.
That's like all the other things you've got to get if you
Mind you, I mean, it is an absolutely beautiful sphere, I've got to say.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
But it gets expensive if you keep buying resin and turning it yourself and you don't sell them or get any
Well, that's the
remuneration
thing.
anywhere,
I mean,
you know. It starts to get really expensive.
It tends to be that if something is perfectly turned, a very good design, using very nice colours with resin, they do tend to sell, and they often sell for more than wood does.
The auction has ended and it went for £49, guys.
Oh,
Well done, Pete.
9.
Yeah.
49.
Well done, Peter.
Rob is asking me if I... Now, Rob was up at the Klingspor head office in the UK yesterday, and they've been having a bit of a play about for the stand for Harrogate. So Rob sent me a photo of what the stand is going to look like, and he's asking if I like it, and I think it's brilliant, Rob. It looks very, very nice, and Rob sent me the photo, and he said this is going to be against the back wall, so anything that we're doing as demonstrators will be in front of that, but it does look really good.
Excellent.
So, I shall see it.
All right, the sphere that Jamie is done. Now, another thing that Jake does every year, usually at the beginning of the year, leading up to an event that he attends, he starts doing auction stuff for Make-A-Wish over in the US. And Jamie's sphere is going towards that Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I'm not liking
Excellent.
that. I ain't really held to that bit of wood very well. As you can see,
Is there a void there?
there's a big void there where that's shrunk that back. Not liking that.
No.
Right, Steve, as a suggestion, how about where that void is, how about parting that down to fit into the chuck?
I could do.
And then you won't have to worry about the...
Just hold the resin.
Yeah, just hold the resin. It should hold fairly well. Roy is asking about Mark. Mark is now out of hospital, Roy. He got back home late this afternoon, and he's doing not too bad. He's on antibiotics.
Just put some super glue in that.
Did anybody I might have missed this, but Pete's Bull sold for £49.
I did. I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Brian. Sorry.
Said that. Mike Walton. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Oh my
God.
Evening, Mike.
Woken up.
Yeah, Jake's auction for Make-A-Wish Foundation raised $9,000 last year.
Well done, Jake.
It's an American thing, though, isn't it?
No, they have Make-A-Wish over in the UK as well.
Is it all the same thing, but is it separate?
I don't know if it's all the same thing, but I was watching with me being of that age, I do watch some daytime programs, and there was Jane's just saying a lot of daytime programs, but there was a guy on one of the programs the other day. I think it was Money for Nothing, where they pick stuff up from skips and things and make stuff out of it, repurpose them. But the guy got a couple of few £100 from that, and he was donating that to Make-A-Wish because his son had had a
Oh,
Make-A-Wish.
there definitely is
from
Make-A-Wish in the UK. I know that definitely, but I didn't know if the two of them are linked or not.
I'm
So
not
the
too
US
sure,
one
Brian,
and the
tell you the
British one.
truth.
And Todd at Glen Cove was asking how Joe is. I was talking to Joe today. She's in good form, but she's home as well, and she's on antibiotics. So
Yeah.
so she's doing okay. I was talking to her today.
Susie
quick
Whisper
chat
Turner wants to know
with,
how about putting a 10 on it, Steve, on the left hand side, right hand side, flipping it round and turning the wood off.
There's a few thermal cracks in it for some reason, so I'm just flooding some super
okay.
glue in it.
Grand. I had a quick
Does that
chat
white
with
go all the way through, Steve?
Yeah,
It does, aye. Jeez. You can just see the white and behind it now.
Yeah.
so
Wow.
it's the resin shrunk and not come away from the wood. When that
Maybe
was
putting
Joe
the tan,
Garofalo is
maybe
in
putting
as
the
well.
tan on the other end
Oh,
is a
Joe.
good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I had a quick chat with both Glyn and Joe last night in a chat, and she sounds like she's doing not too bad.
She was good today. She was in good form today.
Even Mr. Mr. G's in. Joe Garofalo was in as well.
Good
Joe.
evening.
And Joe.
Good evening, everybody. How the
And
devil are we?
Jamie said that I watch Desperate Woodturners. Jeez.
Why don't you go and stand in the rain, Brian?
Mike, that's just Mike's humour in it. You don't
Wait
like
on.
it.
What are you talking about, Mike?
It's not raining, Mike. How can he stand in the rain if
It's
it's not
normally
raining?
raining where Brian lives, isn't it?
It's actually very nice here today. There's a warm breeze and it was a lovely day.
No, we didn't get that.
Just for a change. No, you're going to get deluged apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Mind you,
We're
it
gonna
can't be
get
that
40
bad. We haven't
24
we
degrees
haven't had a
here.
flood warning yet.
You have?
Oh, Jane's telling me to shut up.
You have a
Right.
flood warning. It came last night on the television, BBC. Saw the flood warning, your area.
There is, aye. You're going at 36 hours of persistent rain, apparently.
I saw the
No,
flood warning.
that was more over to the borders rather than where I am.
All right. Looked
Well,
like
here's
it was
what
near
here's
you
hoping
as
it
well.
misses you anyway. Hope it misses you, buddy.
And
Oh, right,
Lucy got Pete's ball.
she did.
Oh, well done, Lucy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Lucy
Okay.
Luby.
And I think Pete's going to send us some firelighters with it.
Yeah. Box of matches. Vicky's going to Spain tomorrow for a week. Peace and quiet. Yahoo, says JP.
Get on.
Yeah, Vicky's obviously not listening, JP.
And he's obviously not going with her.
Nope. She's going to be spending the week eating lemons.
JP can't get out of the country. That's the trouble.
He's not allowed out of the country, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's not allowed out of the country. None of the rest of the world is ready for a JP.
Somebody taking his
Oh, I
passport
don't
off.
know.
Weather's going to be good down there. I think it's 45 degrees in it this weekend down in Spain.
Dear me. That's a bit too hot.
35 to
Mhm.
45.
Agrees with that.
Right, so
Oh, hang on. Here we go. Cup of tea.
I don't think this is a very good blanket.
Oh, that's it. Cup of tea down there. That's it. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look. Brian.
What?
What have
Oh,
we got now?
Oh.
Is it just 3 weeks to the auction or 4 weeks to the auction?
ice
Uh,
cream and apple.
3 weeks.
Probably.
3 weeks, yeah. End of this
3
month.
weeks to the auction.
Yep.
Jimmy said they don't sell clasperonis in Spain. It'd be pointless going.
Right, so just let that dry off a little bit.
Mike is asking, Steve, are your eyes not stinging with using all that super glue?
Yeah, you would think, yeah.
No, got the extractor on. The extractor might explode, but the eyes are fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been doing that with my extractor.
You're not fixed it yet.
Thanks. Well, I only sent them an email today
Oh, right.
to request a new motor.
That's what happened to mine.
Hmm.
Sparks were coming out the exhaust.
Skipped
No,
11 daily, Sammy.
Alex has said the furthest I'm going is our gate.
Right, so I will try and get a tenon on there, and we'll turn it, get rid of that bit of wood, and we'll start the turner. But I don't know how well that's going to go because there's a lot of thermal crack. I didn't see, obviously you couldn't see those until you got deep into it, but we'll try.
Colin's saying you should have done the 3-wing bull, Steve.
Ben says, Steve, you want some resin with that sea egg? Not a bit cheeky, like.
What?
180 millimetres of rain forecast for Scotland tomorrow, says Robert. Wow.
Can't see.
What can't you see? You didn't turn that on and splash your eyes with sea egg glue, did you?
No. I've got resin all over my face. Right.
Right, I'm on the Met Office site at the moment, and we are looking at cloudy overnight, a bit of rain in the morning, and then fairly cloudy during the afternoon. That's about it.
That's for your area.
Yeah, that's for Dumfries. Yeah,
Do Central Scotland, see what you get.
Well, it was the what we got on the news tonight was flood warnings for over in the borders, which is further east, so the likes of Hoyk and places like that.
Mike Walters just says, you're confirming my utter dislike for turning resin. Steve. It's not for everyone. It's not for everybody.
Oh, Ruby's just come in.
Evening, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby.
Ruby.
Odd 3-wing bow, says Ruby, Steve.
It shrunk.
I didn't want it, Ruby. I gave him the option.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rob. Sparks and dust is a great combination. I actually went into the workshop, switched the lathe on, switched on the extractor, and the main trip in my workshop tripped off. And I thought, well, it's either the lathe or the extractor. So I switched the lathe off and then reset the trip, switched on the extractor, and it tripped again. So I went out to have a look at it, couldn't see anything, couldn't smell anything. So I took it out of the shed where it lives, took it into the workshop, plugged it in where I could see the thing, stripped the trip back on, and then started it, and there was sparks flying out the exhaust port. So that's very clever. Yeah. So immediately on, and Record Power's defence, I have to say, I got straight on the phone to Steve at Record Power, and he says, "How old is it?" I says, 2 years old. He says, "Well, you would expect a bit of sparking sometimes with those carbon brushes on the motor." I said, "I don't think so, and it certainly shouldn't be tripping my trip." And he says, yeah, that's okay. We'll send you a new motor out.
Richard Phelan's just come in. Evening,
Hi, Richard.
Be warned, those motors are a pain in the backside to change.
I knew you were going to say that.
Mike has said, haven't you got a Cling Sport umbrella in case it rains, Wayne? Now, there's an idea. Rob, Cling Sport, umbrellas.
Right. Let's get rid of this bit of wood.
Now, Trevor P is asking a question, Steve.
Yep.
Is the Hessian tearing out and causing the voids?
No, the Hessian's hard because the Hessian soaked up the resin.
Yeah, the resin will be rock hard. The Hessian will be rock hard, yeah. Oh, good grief, says Rob. You and your umbrellas. Reminds me of a song Billy Connolly used to sing. But the umbrella would have to be pink then, of course.
That was nice. Just finished my ice cream.
JP. JP.
Go on, Brian. Go on.
Your imagination's away mad, JP, I have to say. Kingsport, snorkel with a filter on it for sanding.
I remember
A sanding snorkel.
I remember one time on one of my lives, and it was just after one of the floods. I popped up on the live with a snorkel on.
And Rob responds with, "I've got a Klingspor frisbee. Will that work?" Might just about cover Terry's bald head.
Hey, aren't you talking?
What? I've got hair in it, oil, not much.
There's one wrong one.
Excuse me. Oh dear.
I'm not 100% confident.
You sounding well, Brian. You been ill?
I've been ill yet. I've been better, I can tell you. I was actually feeling very good today. Martin Ford in.
Come in.
Hi, Martin.
I'm actually going to put a face shield on because I'm not 100% sure on that blank.
That's a cunning plan.
Oh, okay.
Wait to see the resin sticking to the face shield.
I'd rather it hit the face shield than hit my face.
Yes,
Scrap it, Steve.
No, I'm not going to scrap it because that might be all right. But...
It won't be.
Yeah, it'll be fine when it's stuck on.
I'm still waiting to see the follow-up video of that the guy whose ball came off the other day on Facebook.
Is there a follow-up?
He said he was. It said in the blurb he was going to do a follow-up to explain what happened. Now I've watched that video quite a few times, and he actually it happened immediately after he went to switch off the lathe. He switched off the lathe, and the blank jumped out of the chuck. The chuck didn't come off because I never saw the chuck on the bottom of the lathe. But he pressed the stop button on the lathe, and the ball blank flew off and hit him in his face shield, which was a pretty good thump he got in the face shield, I've got to say.
What did Rob say? He says, but I did see on Wednesday, Thursday some very nice rucksacks. I need a new rucksack.
And Jamie says there's a gap in the market for some Klingspor themed toothpaste.
Well, that's true, yes. Very fine abrasive. Yes.
And Roy's vase is still in the chuck, just letting the Danish oil harden off.
Good man.
Right, Roy.
Harden off.
Oh, and Andrew's just said, AGK, that he has put something on Instagram. I don't think I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, it's on Instagram, is it?
Can you message me the link to that, Andrew, if you wouldn't mind?
Is it someone we all know who it happened to, or I've seen the video?
I've got no idea who it is. I've got no idea where he's from.
Nope.
But it was a pretty severe. It actually it jumped out the shield off the. It was a Hollywell mask he was using, and it actually jumped the shield off it.
Yeah. JP says it was an automatic brake on the bowl. The lathe has an automatic brake on it, and the bowl spun off the chuck. It was on a wood. Okay. It was on a woodworm screw, was it not?
I don't know if it was. Tell you
well, that's why
I think the tenon just flipped out.
It looked like it was in a tenon.
Yeah, okay. And he removed the tailstock. He may not have had tight enough, and then as he switched it off, the automatic brake just flipped it out.
Well, I think it spun off the thread. That's what I heard. It was a woodworm screw. But
right, okay, but it could well have been because as soon as he hit that stop button, that flew off.
Yeah.
Ruby is asking me, Steve, what is embedded in the resin?
Hessian. Susie was right. She's replied to Ruby there and said Hessian. And Rob says, Steve, with my very wide experience of turning, is that blank full of cracks? Is that one way to save the cost on the resin?
Yes, the thermal cracks. That's what
The
happens when
thermal
you turn
cracks.
too deep with a quick cure resin.
It spun off it, says
JP
JP.
said it was on a worm screw and it span
Yeah, I
off.
thought it was, yeah.
Right. Cheers, Jamie. Thanks for that. No,
No.
Martin, the chuck didn't come off with the bowl.
It didn't. The chuck had a woodworm screw in it, and it spun off the woodworm screw. It looked like a very big piece of wood to be on a woodworm screw at start with.
Yeah, but he had automatic brake on it, so as he stopped it, the lathe stopped and the piece
And the
didn't.
lathe stops. Is that not a dangerous thing anyway? An automatic
Yeah.
brake on a lathe?
No, it's a good thing.
Why?
Well, Mock Club got a record power, brand new lathe from him, and when you hit the emergency stop button, it
Aye,
winds
it's-
down for 2 minutes.
I know, but an
So what I was
emergency.
thinking-
But if you hit the emergency stop, that you should put. I mean, if you hit the emergency stop, there might be a need for a brake then. But if you
But
just
for
switch
the-
it off,
Record power when we got winds down for 2 minutes.
But one of Terry's, if you got your ankle
Yeah,
in that, you'd end up
the,
losing your whole body.
would
Yeah.
I?
The Coronet Herald, I don't know about the other Coronets, but the Coronet Herald, when you switch it off, it takes an absolute age for it to
That's the
get
one,
down
yeah.
to stop.
Winds down. Just winds down.
Now,
You can't stop it either.
Yeah, on my VB, I've got either an immediate start up or a slow start up, and I've also got an immediate shutdown or a slow shutdown.
I was just thinking under normal operation, if you if a lathe has a brake on it, and you press the button, is there not a danger to the chuck unscrewing?
Yeah, there is.
If
Yeah,
it's
of
not
course there
dead, you've got a heavy
Yeah.
piece of wood on there. Unless you've got your
Definitely.
chuck locked on.
But then you would have your chuck locked on if you had a heavy piece of wood and you knew that was the function.
You would think.
Lock it on anyway, wouldn't you?
So Mike's asking, is there a lathe under there somewhere? I'm not too sure at the moment, to tell you the truth, Mike.
looks like we're getting ready for winter. Yeah, Ruby, my Cornet Herald didn't take that long to slow down either. I don't know what the problem there is. Mine was quite reasonable speed when you took the power off it, you could actually slow it down with a hand wheel if you wanted.
You can't slow it down on
Yeah,
ours.
no,
Can't slow it down with your hand. It's winds down.
if you
Terrible machine.
compare the record range, then because Andrew's just put in, it's the same for his region that he's got. It takes 2 minutes to stop
Yeah.
under normal circumstances. If you compare that with the Axminster, and I think other lathes as well, the records do take a long time to slow down compared to
Hell of a
other
long time.
lathes.
Don't know, I haven't got one anymore.
Yeah, that Colin's saying that's why there's a new standard for chucks coming out now, Brian. Read the
Oh,
locking
is it?
on. They got locking
Okay.
covers,
Yeah,
they can't come off.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Martin Force says, blame me, I got a Nova Galaxy lathe and it has an automatic stop on it. First time the chuck and bowl spun off the lathe, disabled the automatic stop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I
Lock
think
the,
on
lock,
the,
lock the chuck on.
I think with the automatic stops, rather than emergency stop, I think with the automatic stops it stops.
Yeah, doink. Roy the Boy says, I have the 49.
We didn't.
You obviously made a mistake there. It was retracted. Hmm.
Anybody watching, Steve, by the way?
Yeah, we are, eh?
In bated breath.
He's putting the shape on it now, so we're getting there.
406, Roy's got stops quick.
406, yeah, it does. It's the same as the 508.
Yeah.
It winds itself down, but it's not a slow wind down, it's quite quick.
And you can help slow it up if you want.
Colin McDonald says,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it may be the Envoy, whichever
That's
it
the
is.
Envoy.
Colin
That's-
is bloody rubbish.
The envoy is an in-between one, so the herald's the
Robert
smallest.
winds down and chuck them out.
The regent's the biggest one, Colin.
Yeah, it's
the
not the
envoy
regent.
is the in-between one, and the
Yeah. It's the envoy then.
I've forgotten what the other one is now.
Whichever it is not very good.
The envoy is the mid-sized range.
Ooh.
Herald is the first one.
In my opinion, of course, it's not very good.
More big holes.
Yeah. Is that not feature?
That is a feature, yeah.
If that holds together,
Could
that'll be
be.
a feature. That was
Yeah,
planned
but-
for. If that holds together.
Mm-hmm. Perforated resin vase.
Antique.
An antique. The smallest. No, I've already told that. Sorry, Colin. One of the downsides of CBNs it takes 3 to 5 working days to stop. Says Benjamin.
Roy's asking, Steve, would it be would
Easier
your
to use
carbide?
carbides.
Yeah, easy to use the carbides.
No. Carbide's
Yep.
chipped, don't they? That's chipped as it is. I don't want to chip it anymore.
Yeah, they chip out and break out, apparently.
Right. I'm
If you-
going mute for a minute because the dogs are going to start barking.
Oh, my head shield's now running out of battery. I can hear it beeping.
It's horrible, Ruby, because it takes so long to slow down.
No,
You
it's,
switch it on.
Colin says it's a horrible lathe to turn on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, not good.
Why is it difficult to turn on?
It's just is. It's just
Richard Fimley had trouble with it the other night.
yeah, it's just not very good.
And Roy the Boy says
Lot
you
of
could name
ways.
this the bubble vase.
Yeah. Not bubbles, it's cracks.
You don't want to burst your bubble there or anything. There you go. JP says put it back in the pot and fill the cracks with gold resin, like the Japanese technique, which the name of escapes me at the minute.
Mike's just put the name in.
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi.
That's it. That's
It's
it.
where that is where you actually highlight the
cracks.
mistakes. Or, the mistakes or difficulties in a piece. Like if you've got a black piece and it's got cracks in it, you highlight them with gold and things like this. Yeah, so you're actually highlighting the defects, if you like.
It actually comes from when things were broken in Japan and they were like an heirloom piece. Rather than throw them away, they repaired them with gold
Yes.
to make them even more valuable.
Cool, I could make a
That's where it
fortune.
stems- That's where it stems from.
Albert Dawson's just joined us, and he says, "Hello,
Good evening,
guys.
Albert.
I
Nice
settled
to
down
see
for the
you in
day.
there.
What's going on here?"
Hi,
Oh,
Albert, how
Steve
are
is
you?
making a bud vase out of resin.
Hi, Albert. And Colin says the bed is very rough and the banjo is difficult to move. I did find
is.
that too.
It is.
I sanded most. When I had the record power Regent, I sanded the bed.
It's like it's still got it's where the cutter has come
Yeah.
across the bed to mill the thing flat.
Yes,
It's got grooves because it has milled it, and then it's jumped an eighth of an inch and milled it again. It hasn't.
I have to- I have
the
to
feed
say-
rate was too quick.
Yeah, but that's because
I
that's
have to say
made
that
in
the
China.
finish. Yeah, the quality control coming out of China is not great. There's nobody from Record Power sitting in China inspecting these things. They're arriving here in containers.
Well, I'm just wondering, and I haven't actually looked into this, but are a lot of the lathes that we get over here, and I'm talking about the Axminster ones as well,
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
are they not coming from the same factory, just with different specs?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
If you
But
look
the
at the
thing
shape of
is-
some of the legs and stuff on some of the different manufacturers, they
Yeah.
all look very much similar to me.
The other thing is that what I've found, and I have used in my time quite a few different lathes over the years, and when I've done demos and stuff like this, Axminster seem to have a good provider from China that does their lathes.
But they probably got the specs up and said, "Look, we're not buying them off you. You're not having. We're not doing it unless you get them To this specification.
Yeah. Now, what Axminster used to do, I don't know if they still do this now, but certainly back in the 90s, maybe going into the 2000s, what Axminster used to do was get all the lathes in from China, and they used to bin all the bearings and stuff like this, and they used to replace them with British bearings. I'm not too sure if they still do that, but that's certainly what they used to do.
Benjamin says the Camvacs are made in the UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they may be made in the UK. I wonder where the motors come from.
China.
Yep.
Everything comes from
But-
China. doesn't it?
It will say on the motor, Brian, have a look.
Well, when I take it out, I'll let you know if it says anything on it.
And again, Mark is asking, do they come from China or Taiwan? Yeah, because there's going to be different specs there. There's going to be different levels of quality control.
Ruby says, Brian, when I was at Record Power, I saw them being made there. But you mean the motors? Or
No,
the
record power lathes.
or the
Oh,
lathes
well,
you're
she
talking
might,
about?
She might mean the motors.
I don't know if she's talking about the Camvac motors or the lathes there. And your Record Power did have a problem with the Regent lace as well. That was a bit of a disaster.
Oh, yes,
But
that was with the headstock, wasn't it?
The locking nut on the
Tailstock.
headstock was the
And the
welding.
tail stocks with one of them, wasn't it?
Well, no, it was that was the Herald, yeah.
Yeah, the Herald was the tailstock.
But the Record Power, not the Record Power region, the bolt that was welded onto the headstock, well, it wasn't welded, it's screwed on, but it's welded at the bottom. The welding was horrendous. It's like a 6-year-old had welded it.
I tried my best.
Yeah. I actually took mine off and took it up to the welder that just lived around the corner from me, and got him to rebuild it for me before they sent me the new part. And he couldn't believe the state of it. That was terrible. But that,
Maybe he was talking about the lathes.
talking about the lace, okay.
Camvacs are definitely made there.
Well, my lathe definitely came. My Record
She
Power
saw the
region-
lathes being made. She
Yeah,
saw
my
the lathes
record-
being made. In,
Yeah,
in,
they are.
in
They are
England.
bringing them in house now. But my Record Power region definitely came from China because it said it on the box.
Mm. Don't know. Is it
But
really?
they're definitely bringing Record Power. Have kind of got fed up with China, and they're bringing stuff back in house. I know that.
Well, let's hope the one we got is a Chinese one then, because they're making that standard.
That's a PLC
Yeah.
issue, though, isn't it? If it's taking that long to slow down, it's got to be a PLC. It's got to be an electronic issue.
Yeah, but the tailstock jams when you're trying to move it along. The
Oh.
bed is rough as hell. You know, the headstock was loose the other day when whatever was he called? I
Richard
can't remember his
Finlay.
name. Richard
Finlay.
Finlay was using it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He said
that
this
along.
headstock's out. The headstock's out. It's not lining up. Not lining. The next minute, he did something to tighten it up or to have a check, and it was actually loose, but it was tightened before.
Oh my God.
Didn't go down well.
Hmm.
There we are.
JP, they had just started making the housings, and they went to the office in Sheffield, and I'm saying I could deal with the more stuff. Okay, JP. Ruby Claire says the owner of the company says he wants everything made in-house. Mate, I did have a discussion with Record Power a good while ago now, way nearly 2 years ago now, I'm sure. And they said they were going to start bringing everything in-house. So they could have better control over the quality. So they're trying to sort it out.
The annoying thing is that we don't have the same manufacturing capability in the UK now than what we used to have. We certainly don't have the same steel production. That's just about nil now.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
There's only one steel plant left, is there not?
And they're
Down
having
in
to
Port
bag
Talbot.
millions and billions off the government to keep them running. So
Exactly. Some company called Tata or something, isn't it?
yeah, we can't afford to buy their steel. I don't think.
Indian company. or it's owned by a guy from India.
Yeah, Rob
But you just-
said the country of origin is a minefield.
Hmm.
Only 25% of a product has to be made in a country to claim it was 100% made there.
That's a joke. It really is. That's a joke. That.
Don't know if you're
Jamie said to Ruby, this is about record power and the people
Uh-huh.
of record power. Was it Andrew that said that, Ruby? Because he said the same to Jamie.
It would be. Yeah. As says Ruby. Yeah. Yeah. Todd at Glen Cove's got it spot on. We've exported our jobs and pollution to China. We did. We've exported a lot of our jobs overseas.
Yeah, well, they don't really care about disposal of the waste, half of them, do they? I
Well,
saw I think it was India. It was an Indian thing I was watching, like somewhere, and they were just bringing their garbage trucks that collected all the garbage. They were just driving up to the quay and just tipping them off into the sea.
tipping into
Um,
rivers and everything.
Just everywhere, just tipping it in. You're just trying to say you
Oh,
got
Fred Oliver
actually,
says, sorry.
your tissue. You got to make sure you put it there, and your bit of plastic got to go there, and your bottle got to go there, and they just tip the whole bloody lot in the sea over there. So and we're a
Fred-
little island.
Yeah,
Don't get
Fred
me on that
Oliver
one.
said Scunthorpe is still working. Okay, Fred.
Yeah, it is Tata Steel. Well, it used to be Tata. Don't know what it is.
Well,
today.
it still is, because Tata Steel bought what was left of British Steel after somebody else bought it and couldn't make a go of it.
A lot of the steel producers now, rather than use coal, gas, and everything like this, are starting to use induction for melting the steel, aren't they?
Anne Laurie says, I've had a new envoy for several months and it's great.
Excellent, man. Excellent.
Good. Excellent. I mean, I have to say that I've had 2 record power lathes, and I had the little issue, the issue with the region, which was a manufacturing issue. There was nothing wrong with the lathe itself per se, apart from that one bolt. And the Herald that I had before that is an excellent little lathe. I wished I'd never sold it, to be honest. Cracking little lathe.
Now, Marcus said, this is Mark Turner again, Krafts said, just check the back of my Axman's lathe.
Yeah, it's made in China.
It's made in China. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
See, I don't have a problem with that as long as it's good quality.
Correct.
Yeah, that's it.
Rob the Prot says, well, this live has confirmed something. I won't be turning resin anytime soon.
Don't be a wuss. Don't be a wuss.
I did say that when he started it, didn't it, Rob?
You wait
Fred
till
Oliver says
you wait till you
that
see the
Mike
mess.
is very steel.
When you see what he got to clean up.
I know.
And Rob has said the web racks and non-woven pads that we all use, and I certainly use them a hell of a lot, no modern country will make them. They are all made in Brazil or India, where they don't care about anything. The chemicals used to make them are very toxic.
There you are now.
But we still buy them.
I didn't know that. I don't really use web racks. I
I don't use red wax, but like
I
people
bought
still
one
buy them.
pack of them from who sells them? It's
think I've got-
Chestnut.
Chestnut. I bought
Yeah.
one pack from Chestnut, and I've still got half of them.
I do. I've got to say, I do tend to use them a fair bit when I'm doing colouring, when I'm doing painting, especially painting, because I'll put sand and sealer on before I do any painting, and then knock it back with a web racks pad because
Aye.
I'm not going to be using Yorkshire grit. Although you can use Yorkshire grit as long as you clean all the excess off once you're finished with methylated spirits or denatured alcohol. But I do tend to use web racks pads when I'm doing that.
I have used web rack pads, the beigey coloured one.
Yeah.
I use that for knocking back. Or the white one sometimes. But the white one's basically just a polishing pad.
The white one is a polishing pad. If you go through them, the green one I think is 240. The purple one is 600. The orange one is about 1200, and the white one is over 2000. So it's basically a polishing pad.
Yeah. JP says
Now,
I really
Hampshire Sheen, Martin at Hampshire Sheen used to do a grey coloured one, which is around about 1000 grit.
Charlie's asking, Steve, who's doing the cleanup? That's already been sorted out, Charlie. You don't have to run around there. Barry of Barry Wood Creations is going to do it for him.
That's what he said. Yeah, he's going to come round in the morning and do it. He said.
Yeah, Barry says he's going to pop around in the morning.
Yeah.
Good man.
JP says he really put his herald through its paces, and I'm sure I heard it scream for dear life a few times. Yeah, we've seen the stuff you put on yours, Jamie.
Yeah, one of them times is when he did a 22-inch bowl on the Herald.
Yeah. He gave it some abuse. It did. It never let him down either, apart from the tailstock a wee bit, but that was a manufacturing issue on it.
Well, it was an issue, yeah.
Yeah.
And your bolt was an issue. It shouldn't, you know.
Well, that's the problem with the Chinese quality control. Because the stuff the things actually put in the box.
Some lathes are good, some lathes are not, even in the same manufacturing. But
the
problem you got is if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, they couldn't have taken that bolt out like you did and fixed it.
Well, that's true.
They had to send it back, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, it should be right leaving the factory, you know. So
I've built up Axminster lathes a little bit here because that's my daily lathe. I've got the what used to be called the I can't remember what it's called now.
16.
But it's called, 1628.
1624.
Yeah, that's what I've got, which is called the 406 now.
That's correct, yeah.
Which I've been using for the past 7 or 8 years.
Never missed a beat.
It's never missed a beat. But I do know somebody that bought one. He doesn't live far from me. He only lives about 40 miles from me. Paul Lockwood.
Mm-hmm.
He bought the 406 and he had actually changed the bearings after 7 months.
Wow. Faulty bearing. Yeah, that's possible.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Now Ruby said there's a new upgrade coming for their Herald tailstock. Well, this will either be the second or third new tailstock that they've had to do.
Yep. Jimmy certainly got a new version, didn't he?
Yeah, Jimmy had the original. That stopped working. It wouldn't wind in or wind out. And then he got the upgrade on that one, and I think that one worked okay. I'm not too sure if he had to get a third one or not. Huey's actually got that lathe now.
He has. He painted it blue and white.
He has, yes.
Huey colours.
So Rob is saying there the white one has no abrasive, it's nylon, so no abrasive. And the grey-black ones are, I don't know what kinds, that's SIC abrasive? SIC? Sure, that's silica? I don't know. Abrasives, but will give a more shiny finish. Aren't they?
Right, Jamie's just sent me a link to that guy whose bull came off the lathe, so thanks for that, Jamie. I'll have a look at that in a bit.
Stick it in the chat.
Right, hang on. Wait, I'll go do it then.
So I can get a look at it myself.
I'll go into Instagram first and then copy it from there.
Oh, does it like it?
Copy.
Square plan. Robin Frost says, I'm going to go have a go at a square platter this weekend. Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, just keep your fingers ready. You'll be fine.
Right, I've put the link in. For anybody that didn't see the original one, I haven't looked at this yet, so I don't know if he shows the original bowl coming off the lathe. But this is the follow-up, and I think he's explaining why it happened.
It does show you it. I'm just watching it. It shows you the incident.
Right, stand this up at last. Look at the mess.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that's a nice shape though, Steve. I like the shape of that.
Robert Broadwood has put in new bearings and spindle in his Axminster 2 years old. I've I've got to ask Robert, did you change the belt as well? Because I would have done.
Yeah, I would have, yeah. Right, I'll watch that thing later. Be interesting. Pete, no, what was the tip Pete gave there? I like Pete's tips. Count your fingers before and after, you'll be fine. If the number is similar.
Preferably the same number, but not similar.
Preferably the
Jamie is-
same, but similar would do,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Jimmy has said this is going to be a nice tea light holder, Steve.
Thank you. A small tea light.
Right, Albert's asking a question that I think often gets asked of resin turners. I'm not much of a resin turner, resin person. My question is, with all of those streamers that you were turning off your piece, can you gather it all back up, melt it down, and use it again on another project?
No.
You can't melt it down.
No.
You can
No.
put it. You can put it into another project, but you can't melt it down. I have actually put them into a project, and
No.
you can't really see them. They just go transparent.
Yeah, the thing that happens is now, as you can all see, the piece that Steve's turning is quite dark, but when he's actually turning the resin, the shavings that are coming up are very, very light. So if you put that into another resin piece, it doesn't really show because it's not showing up the dark pieces. Rob's
Question
asking,
from Rob: What's the inertia Sanders size of the shaft on that?
oh
Steve?
God, I have got no idea.
6 mil, I think.
Is it 6 mil, Brian?
I think. I
He's
think.
just going to measure it.
I'll
Steve
soon
will
tell you
measure it.
because I got a vernier in my hand. Where did I put the bloody thing? I can't see it. Oh, there it is.
I think it's 6 mil.
So the actual bit that goes in the bearing is 6 mil.
There you go.
Now, what was that? Keep it classy, Rob. What was this? What's Rob said now? Keep it classy, Rob.
Thanks for the tip, Peter.
It's because he was asking the size.
Martin 4 says the Nova Galaxy New Zealand and US collaboration ? I suspect built in China. Concept is great, build quality is very poor. Oh dear.
Oh right, okay.
Oh dear.
Take this mask off now.
Because
Oh, that's better.
I'll maybe ask Jake about that because Jake has got the new Nova Galaxy.
Yeah. Pete says it's the same as when you turn a 10-inch bowl blank and the shavings fill your workshop up to your knees. It's mostly air. And the resin shavings added to the static electricity makes them stick to everything. They do stick to everything. They're terrible.
And Andrew from AGK is put in about the shavings that we were talking about coming off the resin. That's true, but if you use the neon colours from Eye Candy, the streamers come off the same colours. So using the neon colours from the likes of Eye Candy, the shavings turned from them, if you put that into another resin blank, will come out the same colour. Oh, right. Sorry, Jamie. Jake doesn't have the that Nova Galaxy. Jake's got
Nebula,
the
he
Nova,
has.
the Nebula. That's the brand new one.
Don't know.
Hang on. What did I say? Martin Ford has said crazy. I'd be interested to hear Wayne. What did I say?
No, that was about the Galaxy, the Nova Galaxy.
All right. Okay.
You said Jake had one, and
Yeah.
JP's
Sorry.
corrected
Sorry.
you.
Yeah. JP corrected me on that.
What grit did you start with, Steve? Says Ruby.
120.
120. Cool.
Shaft is spinning in the bearing, not the head of sander. Yeah, the shaft is spinning on the bearing, yeah. Now, the bearing, there's two bearings in it. I think there's two bearings in the head of the inertia sander.
On the Simon Hope one, there is. It's a double bearing on the Simon Hope one.
And there's a magnet in the bottom to kind of
Yeah.
hold it in, so it doesn't fall out when you turn it upside down.
I don't know if Robert Sorby's have changed theirs, but Robert Sorby's used to be a single bearing, which is why the Simon Hope one is better.
Just Robert Sorby's
No,
not used to be a brass bush.
It did, I believe, yeah.
I think it was. No,
Um,
it's not really brass, is it, Terry? It's something else, isn't it?
Phosphorus.
Nickel Alley Bronze.
That's it, nickel alley bronze. That's what it is.
Nickel Alley Bronze.
the
bearings.
what Simon used to do, and I don't think he does it now, but his sanding arbors used to come with the 6mm on, so it goes into the inertia sander.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the sanding arbors also came with the
Hex head on.
with the hex as well. So you
Still
had
get
the
them, yeah.
6mm and you had the hex. So you could fit the 6mm into the inertia and fit the
That's
hex into your drill.
Your
That's-
screwdriver.
And
and
they
your
still do
drill.
exactly the same thing because I've just ordered 8 of them today.
And that
Oh,
means that
Rob's got an
the
idea, he says. He's got the idea of the test.
An idea.
Okay, here we go.
I'm always up for testing something, Rob.
Yeah, and me. Yeah, Rob knows me. I'll test anything. But the reason Simon did that is that a lot of people were using the sanding arbors with the 6mm, both in the inertia
Yeah.
and in the drill. And if
Simon-
you use it in the drill, you start to mark it up so it doesn't work so well in the inertia.
Simon has a new design anyway. He has the 6mm has a flat on it and it has a click in.
Yes,
Like
he
a new
also does
bearing
that as
lock.
well. Yeah,
Oh, bearing lock.
it's the quick fit.
Yeah, quick fit. That's what it's called. Yep.
Robert Sorby needs oiling. Simon Oakes don't. That's
It
what
does,
Pete
yeah.
says.
It's correct because Simon Hope was a sealed bearing. Robert Sorby's was just a bush. That's why he needed oiling. I'm liking the shape of this. I've already said that. But,
Yeah.
it's good.
Just got one more grit to go, and we'll be.
Was that the do song?
It
Yeah.
was a doo-doo song. Yep.
You
That's
drew it
it.
out
You
already?
started him off now. You started him off now, Wayne. Well done.
Sorry.
I didn't see you drill it out, Steve. No, I was
Yeah,
I've been watching.
Did you know?
That's because you were eating your ice cream at the time today.
I was eating the ice cream, that's what it was.
Yeah, you probably fell asleep.
Eating the ice cream.
He has history of that. Wayne.
Ruth brought me ice cream out with apple actually, stewed apple and ice cream.
He has history.
Right. Rob's asking, would 50mm or 70mm non-woven discs in an inertial sander, which would be better? Now, that all depends on what people like to use.
Right.
A lot of people like using the 2-inch discs. I prefer the 3-inch discs.
Depends on the size of the
Um,
pizza, doesn't it, as well? If you're doing a big
Depends the size
piece,
of the piece.
It does. And to tell you the truth, Rob, I don't tend
Oh.
to use the non-woven discs on any sanders.
I don't use non.
No,
What does he mean by non-woven disc? I'm not.
like the
That's
Abrasive.
the web racks. No, I think he's talking about the web rack stuff, the non-woven discs.
Is he?
Yeah.
Roy the Boy says, question, Brian, how are you feeling and are you back turning yet? Well, Rob, right, why were you not on my live last night?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Exactly.
He's down a pub.
You were at the pub making a deal somewhere. Yes, I'm fine, Roy. Thank you for asking. And yes, I am back turning. But I was in the workshop today and I think I've forgotten how to turn. The devil's own job getting the centre taken out of a bowl today.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Well, you should have saw it yesterday, Roy. He
Um,
just took the centre out
yeah.
of the bowl and he left it 0.1 of a millimetre thick and it broke out.
Yeah,
Right.
I was making a thin bottom bowl. That was the plan.
Right. Rob has come back with our question, and he is
All right.
talking about web racks. I don't tend to use web racks when I'm doing sanding as such. I just tend to use web racks when I'm clearing off the likes of sanding sealer and stuff like that. Now, I buy a fair bit of stuff from Lidl's or Aldi, like I think a lot of
Oh,
people
Lidl,
do.
yeah.
And I've got a lot of, I think, 4.5-inch web rack discs that you can put onto orbital sanders and things like this. And I just don't tend to use them. I don't find they've got the same abrasive quality than proper abrasive.
I don't think they have either.
I've got an idea.
And if they're made of nylon, would they not heat up too much on the inertia sander?
It may well do. The same as, mind you, they are made for power sanding as well.
That's true, yeah, but
More on random orbital sanders and stuff like this.
Rob says, so you want plenty of... I can see that little heart thing that's on the chat nowadays.
Yeah.
I wish that wasn't there.
If you pop out the chat, Brian, it's not there.
On the pop out. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, if you pop out the chat, it's not there.
Oh, it is. It is there.
Right.
It is there, but it's not. It's
All
further
right,
down.
okay.
It's further down.
Right. Can other people in the chat put in what they think about having web racks on a sanding disc that you use in an inertia sander or in a drill? I've made my opinion. I don't really use web racks for power sanding
No, I don't.
or
Either.
in an inertia. But if other people would like to put in, if they would think it would be a good idea, because I think that's what Rob is looking for,
Right.
as to whether he would go for this as an idea.
JP says you should put some 5-minute epoxy in the cracks. You got time.
I've got an idea.
He's go. Oh, there's an idea coming. That's
Yeah,
why he's
dip
been
it.
quiet. He's been thinking, you know.
And dip it back in resin.
No, you'd hear that, Brian.
Oh, we did hear it. I wondered what the noise was. Thought your bearings were going on your.
Don't say that. Don't say
You're
that.
correct, Brian. Recommend if you use nylon products, you want to run at half speed of normal abrasive. Yeah, okay, Rob. Thank you. Roy the boy says, I never knew that worms liked resin. No, they don't.
We don't.
Don't.
Oh.
It was you. It was the chat that
We
chose
don't
the
like
resin project. We wanted the three wing bowl. But sure. Democratic here, if nothing else.
But perhaps he means real
Yes, I
worms
want
because of all the
ideas,
holes
no
in it.
matter how daft you think they are. Okay, Rob. Here, how's this for a daft idea? Do you do domed abrasives? And I'll tell you the reason I'm asking that is when I'm sanding the bottom of a hollow form, like maybe quite a deep vase or something, and I want to curve the bottom, it's quite difficult to achieve. So I've kind of made my own sort of domed sanding thing, but then you have to cut up the disc and fold it over, and it's kind of messy.
Do you want to buy the discs that you already got the slots in them around so that?
Well, I mean, if there was
but
some
you make
sort
your own
of
discs, so
I do, I know.
If they made a
if there
Velcro dome pad with the discs already sliced, so when you put it on there, that sort of folds itself around. That's what you want now.
That's just out of laziness.
Like well, it might be the height laziness. Rob's looking for ideas, guys, so I just gave him an idea. God, get off my back.
Right. The question I've got to ask you, Brian, do you have the Simon Hope vase
long handle
inertia sander?
No.
The long handle one?
No, I haven't. I looked at it today when.
Yeah.
Thought,
now,
do I need to buy that?
No, right. All I'm going to say is if you use that with a 1-inch arbor, that's a very small arbor. If you use that with a 1-inch arbor, yeah, you can actually get way down to the bottom.
I know you can.
Depending on what size of opening you've got in the top.
That's true. You've got to be able to get in the hole first. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you've got. Yes, you have.
But what I'm more thinking about, because that's flat again. That's just a flat. It's a 1-inch flat. And
yeah, but you can get. You can
You know,
get
it's
right
to
down.
get a nice curve on the bottom.
No, you can still get
Yes.
down to the bottom with one of them and actually curve out the bottom.
And make the best. Ruby says make the discs bigger than the foam for the inside of bowls. Yeah, I do that, Ruby. Yeah, for the inside of bowls. It's purely for the bottom of like a vase or something. When you get right down at the bottom and you want a nice curve at the bottom and the bottom of it, just to get it 100% finished.
Market turn again. Krafts says, could you use milliput in those cracks, Steve?
Yes,
Does it work with resin?
Could do.
Good.
It does work with resin because milliput was designed to work with resin baths and repair them.
Enamel
Makes it
bath.
very good.
Enamel
and
bath.
Enamel bath it was for. It should work because it's just a. I mean, it's just a set. It's just a
Hang on,
an
it's going to
epoxy.
mute.
Okay. Rob's looking into getting petal discs that we make in the USA. That's a good idea. I quite like the idea of them. But there seems to be a lot of waste when you're cutting them out. That's the only issue I would be looking
I
at.
got some of them from Marcel Duro.
Yeah, they use them in America all the time.
Yeah. Hang on.
And- But Mike from Dances with Aardvark says there are dome discs that work well, but they run on inflatable pads. Hmm.
I just cut mine square and stick them on. Boom.
I just tell you the truth, right, Terry. I cut mine square. And put
Yeah,
them on
they
as
work
well.
just as good.
Thanks, Rob. Rob just said, Brian Wayne, I'll send some images to you on Monday to show you an idea that I've been having to give you flexible sanding for bowl bottoms. Good man.
No probs. Thanks very much, Rob.
Have a look at that.
Benjamin's obviously asking the obvious of you, Brian. Why did you not turn it better so you didn't need to sand it?
Well, now that is a question.
Well, sometimes
He's an
it's-
RPT after all.
He is an RPT.
Oh, here
yeah.
we go,
Here
yeah.
comes the ragging.
Here it comes.
Well, hang
Here it
on.
comes.
I don't think there was any need to go there, to tell
No, I
you the
don't
truth.
think so.
You was just thinking it, Wayne. You was just thinking it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got broad shoulders. Keep it coming. I don't mind. I know. Sometimes you get right down to the bottom of something, 8 or 9 inches in there, and you just using maybe the little Simon Hope cutter or something. Just
Yeah,
Plucks a
like
little
Pete
bit out.
says, Brian, just make your voles deeper than your finger length, with
yeah,
the
nobody
opening
get
smaller than your finger width, so that
Right.
nobody can ever get down in there.
Yeah.
Ruby's asking, Steve, have you used an abrasive paste on this?
Yes, I have. Yep, I just used Yorkshire grit. I'm not going
That's
to
why
use
it's
any
filled
more.
it, filled all the O's up.
No, I've
It's
just
filled
cleaned
all
them
the
all
O's
out.
up.
I just want. That's not going to go shiny because obviously you got the Hessian coming through.
Hmm. And people, if you're worried about using Yorkshire grit on a piece that's got inclusions and stuff in it, don't be worrying about it. Use it, then just blow it out with an airline.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
If
comes
you
out
own an
easily.
airline. If
That's
you
what
own
I
an airline.
And the other thing is,
Well, you're being real negative this evening, Terry Bray.
No, some people don't own airlines. You have to think of other ways. You know.
Hot air.
I
Use a
did
straw.
tell
You know,
Steve earlier
honestly.
on before we started. For those of you in the UK and like using Yorkshire Grit is now available at Axminster stores.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Does
my
anybody
eyes.
watch-
been informed
Does
of
anybody
that
watch Richard Raffin?
all the time?
Doesn't own an air compressor.
I know he doesn't.
So that's why I say, Brian, you know, you can't just blow it out with an air compressor. You have to have other ways of doing it.
Well, you
Soak it in
can.
warm
Yeah.
water.
Yeah,
If
so
if
well,
you if
yeah.
you've got a hot air gun, you can actually melt it with a hot air gun because
You
that
can.
works as well.
Right. So my idea is I'm going to put some embellishing wax over this to try and fill
Oh,
these
yeah.
cracks up.
I think I'll just sit here and shut up.
What are you sulking, Brian?
I just use the practical. So some people might not
No.
own a compressor. That's all.
Harvey Klein's got the answer for you, Terry. You can buy a tin of canned air.
That's
You
more
can,
expensive.
yes. And the thing is as well, Brian, don't worry too much about what Terry's saying.
I don't
He's
worry
just
about
trying to
what
get in
Terry-
the front of the conversation.
I don't listen
You
to
know
what
what he's
Terry
like.
says anyway.
He never listens to me, Wayne.
Terry's suffering from holiday deprivation, apparently, according to
Yeah, I
Rob.
think I might have to go again soon. Won't be long.
Fred Gulliver says he uses a straw. What is this you're putting on here? Did I miss the showing
Yeah,
of the top?
Yeah, you're yapping
Gold
too much.
embellishing wax I'm putting over it.
Oh, it's gold embellishment. Scrape it out with the wife's toothbrush, says Mike. It's funny, I have one of those in my tool drawer as well.
After you clean the toilet with it. Yeah.
Pete says, I don't have an air compressor, I'll have to do a Henry. Fine.
You could use a Hoover to blow it out with, because most workshop Hoovers have a blow as well as suck on them.
JP has just put in hashtag Team Terry.
Team Terry, here we go.
See, the thing is with
Hashtag
you,
Team Derry.
yeah,
Who's
the
this?
thing is now the people go on about the amount of dust that gets in the air and all your safety stuff and everything. And then when they start doing a hollow form, they'll pick up the compressor with a
And
blower
blow the thing out.
and
Yeah.
they'll blow everything out.
Yeah.
All the way
Why
up.
not use a Hoover to
Yep.
pull everything out?
I do most of the time. Use the Hoover. Vacuum it.
Yeah, whereas the lack of lives, I'm actually standing in for Pete this weekend.
Rob's.
On
Ah,
Sunday.
yeah, aye. I've heard that. Rumor.
Standing in for Pete
Robert
this Sunday.
Klingspoor, I missed this comment from Robert Klingspoor. He says, Ben, geez, I have 4 kids and 6 grandkids. Will you stop saying don't use abrasives? Ah, poor Rob.
Alright, just give us the final.
Pete says Terry has to isolate for 18 weeks in his workshop, so he can't go on holiday.
Oh, I can. As soon as bloody COVID's gone, I'm away.
See that? I've got the chart popped out and that heart's still there. Well, if I pop it out and make it full screen, it goes away to the right hand side. That's okay. Terrible thing, that.
Alright, let's get this buffed up.
Well, I'll have to congratulate Pete on getting £49 for his bowl. I thought that's a really good price.
Well done,
Yeah.
Pete.
Oh, and
Well,
that-
Laurie is saying that looks good, Steve.
Thank you.
Well said, Anne.
It does. To tell you the truth, it does look good. I love the shape.
Reminds me
Well,
of a bottle my gran used to have beside the bed for my grandfather.
Oh, Steve.
Put his whiskey in it.
Put your whiskey in, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call it his whiskey. I've never called it whiskey. I've never called it. My mic's just run out. I've never heard it called whiskey before.
Yeah.
Wasn't a Gazundo, was it?
Same sort of
Yeah,
colour.
it goes under the bed.
Same sort
Yeah.
of colour, is that what you're saying? What was I going to say? That Wurzel has just said, Alex has just said, apparently you're doing all day, Terry. Because Steve's not available at lunchtime. You
He's
said you were
you've
going to
been
do.
lied to, Wurzel.
You're going to do
You've
lunchtime
been lied
and
to, Alex.
then Sunday
You've been
evening
lied
as a
to.
two-parter. That's what you said.
You've been lied to.
You said that last night,
I
Terry.
didn't say it.
Yes,
I
you
didn't
did.
say it.
I
I
heard him.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I didn't say it.
Ganging up on him now.
You won't get nothing on me, boy.
Hang on.
Hang
on.
And if you try too hard, I just won't put a link up for Sunday. That'll be easy.
There's a good bit of conversation going on here. Roy the boys just popped in and says, I now have 11 grandkids.
11 grandkids.
And Rob has responded and says, Roy, it's time to buy your kids an Xbox.
Or a TV.
Or a TV in every room, yeah.
Or even better, teach them about contraception.
Yeah.
No, actually, it's
Better
time.
still, yeah.
If you got 5 kids now, it's time for the kids to buy him an Xbox.
Yeah, congratulations to go to Lucy, says Pete, for donating the £49 to the British Heart Foundation.
Thank you, Lucy.
On one condition, Pete, you send her a video of you burning the bowl.
He's already offered to send violators with it.
Yeah, right.
I'm not.
That
No,
would
it
be
won't
like
be all
something
day.
people. That'd be like something people would be at, you know.
Won't be all day, Rob.
Right, let's get this
What's
part
this
of
part?
off.
I'll just start at 11 o'clock in the evening and carry on right through to 4 in the morning. See how many of you lot stay up then.
Yeah, right,
Gotta
Terry.
do it.
Yeah, right, Terry.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, right, Terry.
I've got to
That's
admit,
gonna help.
I do stay up late on a Wednesday night now for the Worldwide Woodturners meeting.
Do you?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
Oh,
it
midnight.
starts at midnight. It usually goes on for 2 or 3 hours.
Does I?
I'll manage usually a couple hours, but it's a good meeting.
I'm in that group too. I should really pop into it sometime.
Rob from
Right.
Klingspor wasn't learned to speak proper England when he was a children.
No, definitely
Roy, ignore the Christmas list, just buy Dulex.
not. Dulex. Yeah.
Dulex. Yeah, gloss paint is the best.
Yeah.
Dulex gloss paint. Yeah. Dulex rubber emulsion.
Rubber emulsion.
Oh dear. Lucy says we blocked her fireplace over anyway, so she can't burn the bowl. So she'll just have to keep it.
No, Peter send you a video of him burning it.
You didn't actually. Did you not read the list then, Lucy? You don't actually get the bowl. You just get the
No,
ashes.
you yeah.
Just
You will receive a small envelope full of ashes.
Now, Alex has just said for Wednesday night meeting, 3 o'clock you went to bed.
Oh God, I couldn't stay up that late because Michelle's my bedroom is right behind his screen. So
Now, Steve's using a chuck in the lathe at the moment, and without any tailstock coming up, which can be a little bit unsafe because it can come out from the mortise taper. If you are going to use a chuck like this, you're better off getting I'm forgetting what it's called now.
The bar that goes through the back of the
the bar that goes
screws
through
into
the
it.
back.
I forget what
If
you
you
call it myself.
can, if you can get a morse taper chuck like that, but with a threaded part in the end of the morse taper, so a drawbar, so you can actually screw a drawbar onto it, which actually stops the chuck coming out when it's not used with any tailstock support.
But
Thank you, Pete.
But if you're only pressing into it, it's not going to come out.
yeah, the way Steve's
keep
using
the
it there
pressure
now,
in.
as long as you turn it off before you take the pressure off it, you should be okay.
Yeah.
But ideally, use a drawbar.
Morse taper.
And Ben John says, "What's a mortise taper?" It's a Morse taper.
Sorry.
It was a slip. It was a slight slip of the tongue, Ben.
Luckily enough, most people knew.
Yes, please don't try this at home. Steve is a trained stunt artist. God knows.
Stunt, or is that a misspelling?
No, he
Yeah,
said
another
stunt.
misspelling.
It's nice
Dulex stunt, yeah.
ST. Yeah. Question. Brian, colour just finished. Can you help me clean up? William, coring is just finished. Can you help me clean up? No. William has been coring some great big.
You leave it for him tomorrow when he comes down. If he's coming down, William.
16-inch by sort of 6.5-inch bowls today.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful big pieces of one. Well, I think one was yew.
One was you, one was sycamore.
Oh, brilliant.
No, it wasn't sycamore. It was maple.
Like maple was
And
it?
something else I can't remember, just off the top of my head. I can't remember. Beautiful big bowls. And he says to me, you can have this one, he says. Oh,
What coring system does he use, Brian?
he uses the
Chainsaw.
one that Pete gave me.
Oh,
You
that'd be the woodcut?
Woodcut, that's it, yeah. So Pete gave it to me and I had no real need for it because I haven't got any big pieces of wood like that. I have no real access to them. So I loaned it to William on a kind of long-term basis.
That's the reason you don't have any access to them is because William keeps on using them.
Because William, I think William cuts down all the trees in Ireland, I think.
And then he gives them to you anyway when they're already cored out, so you don't need a coring system.
Yeah, I have to say, he did give me.
Woodcut two-blade, it is. It's the woodcut two-blade.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. William actually sent me up, he's given me a whole lot of wood, to be honest. But he actually sent me up a nice cored piece of walnut.
Joe Max in from Dublin,
6 inches by
Ireland.
6.
Hello, Joe.
11.5
Joe.
inches by 6.
First time here.
Well,
Welcome on board, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hope you like resin because Steve's been turning resin.
to
It's
see
making
you.
awful.
Nice to see you, Angel.
Might be a mess, but
Oh,
Yeah.
see that
it'll look,
stupid.
it'll look
Ah.
pretty. Right, so let's get that out of there.
All the
Rob
way from
said-
Dublin, eh?
Yeah, Rob said, "I'll make a Velcro adapter pad from Klingspor. Christmas is coming, and I have lots of kids."
Oh,
Rob.
Joe Mack's channel has got a drone flying in it. All right.
Oh, right.
Well, I think I'll have to subscribe to Joe Mack's channel. I'll just do that now.
I remember using the I've got the McNaughton coring system, and I remember using that on a PCU, and it just about killed me.
Did it?
Oh, that was a hard piece of wood. That was.
I didn't see William coring the. In fact, I didn't see him coring any. He was just kind of getting them rough turned to start coring when I came in from my dinner this evening. So he's obviously been back in the workshop coring away this evening.
Well,
Probably
But,
had this
That's
live on
looking
in the
pretty cool,
background.
Steve. I've got to say.
I don't know what to,
That is cool.
I don't know what to make of that, to be perfectly honest. But hey ho, it's there. Let's put it on the camera so you can see it.
I tell you what, from what we can see on the camera, it looks pretty nice.
Clean that
I
lens
like
off.
it.
So obviously that was cracked quite a bit with the thermal cracking. So I've just got some gold embellishing in that.
Will the gold embellishing, and this is a question I keep asking myself, will the gold embellishing wax shrink?
That I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Does
As
sometimes
it dries, you mean? You mean as it dries?
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
as
it
it
dries
dry-
out, does it kind of shrink?
I'm not sure on that, Brian. To tell you the truth.
Because if you're filling a bit, I know that if you do it like to fill the grain on like a nice, like on a nice ash bowl or something, it doesn't shrink because it's only tiny amounts. When you're
Yeah.
putting a big amount in, like in a crack, I wonder will it shrink back a wee bit?
Not too sure. There's a
Well,
couple
Well,
of comments put in.
As it dries, I would imagine that
um,
shrink a little bit because obviously it will shrink when it dries. But-
Yeah.
You think it might, but
Yeah, I think so.
but what's that? About an interesting project just to see, just
Yeah.
to, just to,
I'll keep an eye on that.
and then we will know.
Right. Pete's put in. That was a piece of concrete you win. He remembers watching it. Joe Macker's put in. He carves wood sculpture
Oh, lovely, Joe.
and
Ain't it?
and paint.
Oh, good man.
Ruby said it looks lovely. She's going off to Specsavers tomorrow.
Might have to have a word with you, Joe, about the
Oh,
carving,
that's terrible,
because I'm
terrible.
quite interested in getting into a little bit of carving myself, just to. So I might have to get in touch with you, Joe.
This is
Just
the worst
something
thing
I've done.
now, trying to clean all the resin off your tools.
But is it not sealed so it won't shrink? No, I don't think.
I don't know. See, obviously wood. Sorry, the wax has got maybe other additives into it. So as it dries out, it may well shrink.
I reckon it will because
Yep.
it's oil based,
Right.
isn't it?
Yeah. Now, Roy
Roy
has said, what about Gilt Cream? Gilt Cream is pretty much the same
same
as
thing.
what Steve's using now.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same as embellishing wax.
It's almost identical.
The only thing I
Fancy
find
name
with
for it.
the only thing I find with Gilt Cream is it's a richer gold if you use the gold one.
It can be, yeah. Dances with Hardwork says it looks a bit like marble. It does look a bit like marble.
Yeah, I actually did a painted bowl with a marble effect,
You did.
which was black and gold, and it does look very similar, I've got to say.
So you could have taken your time and kind of refilled that with resin, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can do if you want to.
If you use like 5-minute epoxy and add some colour in it and
Well, you
just put
can
it
buy
into the cracks,
you can buy UV resin, so you could use UV.
Well, you
resin.
can, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
know
could
that,
use,
yeah.
UV. Now, in answer to you, Brian, Joe Mack has put in, sure, no bother, glad to help if I can.
Good man, Joe. Thank you.
He just uses chisels, he says, and a mallet. No
Chisels
power
and mallet.
tools.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm looking for is chisels. Yeah.
Got to be sharp though, Brian.
I have to watch myself because I'm not good. You know what I'm like
Oh,
with cutting my
Brian,
fingers and stuff.
got to ask Brian, are you
Yes, ma'am.
going to the Irish Woodturning seminar this weekend?
I was supposed to be going, but I forgot all about it, to be honest. I never booked a ticket.
All right, okay.
So I'm not be
He
going.
was supposed to be going for a flu jab yesterday as well. I won't tell you what happened there,
No,
Wayne.
I'm supposed to be going for
Oh,
a flu jab on Wednesday, and I put it in my
Wednesday, forgot
diary,
that as well.
and I forgot to look in the diary.
well, Jane and I went for our flu jabs and COVID jabs yesterday.
So you forgot to go for your jabs. What's the point of having a diary if you don't read it?
I know. I forgot, Steve. I'm old. Shut up.
Right. Roy is
great.
asking. Roy's asking. Okay, what about mixing gold colouring with milliput?
Yep.
Now I've seen quite a few people trying to do that. Now milliput does come in a few different colours now, rather than the original sort of black and white type stuff.
Green.
I think people haven't had a hell of a lot of success actually mixing colours in with it.
No, because it's you have to knead it together.
It's
obviously,
very,
to activate it. I
Yep.
tried putting colour in it with white, the white one, and I tried to mix it in before I put the activator in it, and it just went Pete-tong. Right. So, see, this is what I sacrifice for you guys.
you see the state of this workshop.
Look at the mess.
Oh my god!
Got a nice strip across there. Got a nice strip over there.
Cleaned all
And
the
I've got
mess
to
off
tell
the
you,
lathe as well.
One cable.
And I've got to tell you, when you start vacuuming them up in the Hoover, you get electric shocks off the Hoover.
Static.
It gives clogs.
Static shocks.
I'm terribly sorry, but you shouldn't have turned resin.
Well, this is true too. Wayne. I suppose you're right, Wayne. I suppose you're right.
Right. Anyway, there it is. Little bud vase.
It looks
I
very
do
nice,
like
Steve.
that. It's
Good
really
job, yeah.
nice.
Excellent job.
I'm disappointed I couldn't get a nice shine on it, but because of the way the matting is, you get like little bumpy bits.
I think it's nice though.
Right, Rob is asking, can somebody post Dualmax YouTube?
Yep, can do it now. There he is.
Look at the mess. Look at the mess.
Hey.
I'll leave it for you in the morning, Barry. I don't want to make a mess for you.
Yeah, Barry can clean it up.
There you go. That's Joe's YouTube channel, guys. If you want to pop over and have a look.
There you go. Thank you, Brian.
I don't think he's got any carving stuff, and I didn't see any carving stuff, and I just had the quickest of looks at it, to be honest. To be fair, but that's the link to his channel.
So I've got to do a Laburnum bud vase as well, and have I to compete with Roy's?
So Roy, the boy,
Roy's going into the intermediate. He's not going in.
He's only doing the intermediate, Steve.
No,
You're not
Yeah,
allowed
he's not
in
going to be expert one like you.
I hate to tell you, Roy,
He's
but if it's
bottling out.
I'll tell you, I hate to disappoint you, Roy, but if it's too good, it's got to go into seniors, mate.
Yeah, got to go there.
Got to give you got to give the novices a chance.
Chance, yeah.
Roy the boy
He's
has
been
also
turning too
said,
long
Steve,
now.
he says, Steve, it's only a 5-minute job. Stop moaning.
Who said that, Roy?
Roy, yeah.
Yeah, about the clean up.
Oh, if that's the case, Roy. Got resin all in my hair.
Roy's been turning too long to go in the novices.
I agree.
He's not putting it in the novices. He's putting it in the intermediate.
No, he's going to put in the novice. I know him.
No, he won't.
Poor
No,
old
he
boy.
won't.
He'll be petrified to come. You keep bullying him. We've said to him, if they win that category, they go in, then they have to go to the next category.
Next category, yeah.
So I have to make sure Roy wins the intermediates, won't we?
Oh yeah. Oh no, there's an idea, Steve.
Right then. Thank you very much, everybody. Really much appreciated. Thank you to Lucy for buying Pete's bowl. Very much appreciated.
Yep, looking forward to seeing all you guys with your wallets open on, what date is it, Steve?
October the 27th.
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 Friday the
Yeah.
27th. I will put I'm going to put a link up for it within the next few days because I want to try and give it
Good
as
man.
much promotion as we can get it.
Yes. Try and get it
I
out
will-
everywhere.
I'll have the GoFundMe up on in my chat tomorrow night, and I'm really going to try and put the video out. I'm sure
Yep.
I'll be able to work something out, but I am going to be promoting this the whole of October
Yeah, it's
until
all
the
right.
27th.
Thank you,
All
guys.
right.
Thank you, gentlemen.
What did I just say? I've just seen something there. Ruby Claire just put in the chat. Where is that comment from Ruby Claire?
I'm a novice.
I'm a novice. Yeah, Ruby,
Well,
you're a
compared to you.
novice. Yeah. Indeed.
So if anybody's
Ruby's
got
a
any
novice.
questions about obviously how to do the raffle, don't hesitate to contact me or any of the guys. We will help you along the way where you need to be helped. Don't forget to get your hashtag pictures in for next Sunday as well. Is it next Sunday?
Oh,
Oh God!
no,
Yeah,
following Sunday.
No, Friday after.
Following Sunday. It's
A
only
week
been
today.
a week so far.
Oh yeah, a week today.
Week today.
Week
Gotta be him
today.
on the Friday.
So make
I
sure you
haven't
get your
even taken a
hashtag.
photograph yet.
Make sure you get your hashtag pictures into me by
Yeah.
next Friday. Would
Lovely.
be absolutely great.
Better make one, eh?
Thank you, Rob. You're a star. I'm trying to push it across social media, and I know everybody's sharing it as soon as they see it, so I appreciate that. I'm hoping I've written an article for the AWGB. I'm hoping there's going to be a bit in the AWGB newsletter this month for the Makers Auction as well. But I haven't had
Good.
any news back whether they're going to put it in or not. So whether it will go in or not, I don't know. But we will see.
Terry's writing that down as we speak.
Now Ben
Well,
is just
it won't go in, Steve, 'cause the deadline is for the 1st of November.
right. Ben
So
has just put
it
in
won't come out
there,
until the November issue.
Steve, if my scrapers don't sell, you can add them to the raffle. And I think Ben is selling some Simon Hope scrapers at the moment.
Ben, send me the details. And I'll make a donation. Well, let me see what you've got, Ben, and I'll think about making a donation as well to the British Heart Foundation, as well as by the.
I sent the letter nearly a month ago, Terry.
Yep. No, the next magazine doesn't come out until after.
Oh, does it not? Oh, right, okay.
No.
It's coming out
The
till the
next
end of November.
Revolutions won't come out for another couple of months.
Could go on
Right.
the
December it comes out.
AWGB website.
You go on the website though.
Good.
If you want to email your letter, stroke, whatever, and details to the secretary
Secretary.
Or
Right.
to
of the AWGB,
Roger. What's Roger's surname?
Roger Cutler.
Yeah, Roger Cutler. Yeah, you
Why
can
to
do that as
Roger?
well.
Why Roger? Roger's
What was
over
this
in
question?
Ireland.
Does
at
it
the
have
moment.
to be a
Right
Woodturning?
now, right. Yes. Sorry. Thank you, Brian.
What we talking about, Rob?
I think that's something either to go into the auction or go into the raffle. Does it have to be a wood turning item? Or wood?
That's-
Yeah,
It's a maker's auction. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
wood
it's
turning.
Maker's Auction.
yeah. Make it as long as it's kind of handmade, if you like. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
the way it's kind of.
You can't add a bottle of gin if that's what you're asking, Rob.
Because we've had
No,
like
no,
Rich is putting rings in, and we've got other things
Yeah,
as well that
and
are handmade.
to tell you the truth, some of the stuff that Rob's been putting out with these leather stuff,
stunning.
stuff on
Very much so.
on slate is absolutely stunning.
It is beautiful stuff. Yeah, I have to say he's got that down to fine art now. I'm ashamed to say that I own a laser and I've never tried it on slate or anything. Use it for cutting sandpaper discs.
Yeah, I started playing with it, but it's one of those things where you got to keep twitching it.
Yeah, you've got to
I'll tell you
keep.
I'll tell you where you could send it, Steve. You could send it to the editor at awgb.co.uk, which is Sheila Hughes.
That's who I sent it to.
This, yeah.
That's who I sent
well,
it
you
to.
can remind
I'll
her.
be back in a minute.
She's the editor.
Yeah, and I also sweet talked to Kate Kitchen because she's PR now, isn't she?
She is, yeah.
She is, yeah.
So I sweet talked her as well. She was in earlier when I should have asked her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rob from Klingspor says he'd be happy to make a 300mm round or square engraved slate to any design.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, that's excellent, Rob.
Send me
Thank you
some,
very much.
Rob, if you can email me some information. And then I think what I'm going to do is I might try and push a few more on the night as well.
You could also send what you want Steve to Colin at Turn Links. I mean, he is the webmaster.
Is he?
Don't tell everybody.
Yeah. Webmaster at awgb.co.uk. Sorry, Colin. Right time you did something.
All right, Colin. Oh, a bit time he did something. Oh, you're bad there.
Oh, bit harsh. But no, as long as we get a bit of, I just want
Harsh but true.
just a bit of PR for it. Push it out there.
Yeah. Yes, Kate.
Well,
is the one that
if
should be.
everybody who's in the chat could to repost one of Steve's onto a group somewhere or onto their own personal pages, that'll start to get the thing out there.
With the date. Don't forget the date. Live. What I'll do, if you guys give me till Monday, I will create the link.
For the webmaster at AWGB. I'll have a look at it.
Thank you, Colin. I will create the live, and then there will be a live link that you can all share for that night.
Good. Let's try and get it out there to as many people as we can.
Because obviously we don't want on the auction night. We don't want just the regular people in. No disrespect to you guys, but we want everybody in.
Oh,
we're not relying on just the individuals who come in the lives. Yeah, we want new people in as well. So
cast the
net as far and wide as we can.
Yes, exactly. But we can only try our best.
That's all we can do, yeah. And we've been successful so far. So let's just keep at it. We'll be grand.
I know times are hard for people, and I appreciate that. But you got to remember, there's always someone worse off than ourselves. I actually had an email from British Heart Foundation today.
I wonder if I should get in touch with Doug and see if he wouldn't mind spreading it out on the Easy Wood channel.
Let's have a look. British Heart Foundation. So this is the email I had, and apparently for £12 could pay for one of our early stage specialists to conduct a 1 hour research. £30 could pay for test tubes, flasks, dishes, gloves used by the team for research. £50 could pay for equipment that analyses and makes up the heart tissue. £100 could pay for a specialist measuring equipment used to investigate heart disease, diagnostic and treatment.
Very good.
So just for £12, we could make a difference. So imagine if we could raise 500 quid. You imagine how much.
They don't have to buy anything. They don't have to buy anything. Just make a donation.
No, at the moment you've already got the 50 quid from Pete's Bowl.
Yep.
You've already got the donations that have already come in.
Let's see what the donations are up to now, and then we'll see.
Thanks, Rob.
What we can actually do.
This maker's auction you're looking for.
Yeah.
Back a page. Oh, why did that go there? I hope this went through. And we've got £260.
So at the moment we've raised £260. So we could 2 lots of specialist measuring equipment, equipment that analyses and makes up the heart tissue, and then
brilliant.
Could pay for £12 to early stage specialists to conduct 1 hour research. So at the moment we could save hundreds of people through heart disease, and that's just for £260. So let's keep it going.
And that's only 17 donations so far, guys. So we've got lots of room. Yeah. Let's get it filled.
Roy's just said that the British Heart Foundation has mentioned it on their website.
No, he says, have they?
Have they?
Oh, have they? Oh, sorry, I misread that.
Don't know. That'd be a good thing if they would, because I'm sure they get lots of support.
Should
Well,
be
I've
on the
got
TV
lots of
adverts
support
as well.
behind that.
I've got a contact, so I might ring the contact and ask him if they can give us a little bit of promotion.
I would.
You don't get nothing unless
Please
you're
for
cheeky,
them.
do you, in this world?
No.
That's true. Yeah.
Let's,
It
let's,
is for them, so that,
let's
they
bring
can put
you
it on
guys,
their website.
bring you guys back in. I'll take it all the limelight.
No.
No, that's right. You can keep Limelight. We don't mind.
Yeah, you can keep it. I mean, we're far too ugly to be on TV.
Well, this is true. I'll just put it back on mine then.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh dear. Right.
That's terrible.
I think we're ready to go. It's 10 o'clock. Look, bloody hell. Where's that time gone?
Yeah, bye, everybody.
Right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Glad you enjoyed the resin.
Yeah, thanks for enjoying the resin. Yeah, I'm just going to sit in the corner and cry. Anyway, thank you very much for coming over and joining us. I won't be here Sunday because I am reffing, but I will be back the following Friday. Terry's on Sunday. Brian, are you on Monday?
And no.
No, you're not doing Mondays no more?
No, I don't do Mondays anymore.
No.
Okay, so Brian's...
He's leaving that to
doing
William Kenny.
Thursdays.
William Kenny's coming in to do Mondays. I've heard.
okay. Okay.
He started to do Monday nights because Brian's going to do Thursdays.
Oh, nice.
Watch this space for Mr. Kenny. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Terry...
No,
Hi,
he's
Colin.
not.
Oh, Wayne...
No, he's not.
Oh, actually, hang on, quickly, just quick before... Where's that thing for Colin? Oh, I'll copy that. Oh, how do I copy that?
Webmaster at AWGB.
That's not hard to remember, Steve.
Webmaster at awgb.co.uk.
Hey, Brian, this is me we're talking about, son.
Oh, that's true.
Look
No,
in your
it's
magazine. In there.
It's in your magazine. If you can find your magazine, that's the problem.
I'll post it to myself. Right,
Post it to yourself.
right. So, what was I saying? Right, so Wayne's on tomorrow night. Terry's on Sunday. Brian will be Thursday.
I am.
William will be Monday.
Yeah, Monday for
no,
William. About
No,
seven,
no, he
about
won't.
7 start. He's getting ready for Monday nights, William is. Hold on, boy.
So anyway, other than that, I'll see you next Friday. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming over. Hope you've enjoyed. Sorry,
I'm
it's
standing in for Pete Sunday, remember? I'm standing in for Pete Sunday.
sorry,
I don't normally
sorry, it was resin and not a free wing bowl. But hey ho, you chose. So anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I will
You're welcome.
have a great weekend, guys.
No, right, hang on. Andrew at AJK is thinking about doing a Sunday live.
Ooh.
Okay, saves me doing it.
He hasn't put in any times or anything like that. I'm sure I'll be in touch with him and see what's going on.
Doing the Sunday live. What do you mean by that, Andrew?
Yeah, well, right. Let's leave it till tomorrow night. Andrew will be in my live, you Worman, and then we can find out tomorrow night.
Get on Monday night if you want, Andrew.
We'd turn in with Dave. Hello, Dave. Nice
Hi,
to see you.
Dave.
All right,
Thanks
Dave.
for joining. Oh, hi, Dave.
Right.
Going now.
Other than that, we're going to go. Right. Have a
Hope you
great
enjoyed
weekend,
it.
guys.
Okay,
I'll
guys.
see you next week. Speak to you soon. Take care and bye for now. Say night, guys.
Cheers now.
Night,
Bye
everybody.
for now.
Good night.
Bye.
That's all, folks.